Yo guys, what's up? We're back. This time with two monitors I can actually see on. This is good. This is good. This is definitely progress, an upgrade. We're going to have some problems with the stream tonight. I can guarantee you that. I can 100% guarantee you that. I've had to rejig some of the stream setup because suddenly the resolution is very different. And Streamlabs just like, what the fuck has happened here? Crooked Grin, I'll take back once again with the ill behaviour, perhaps. Scrublord, how you doing? Crooked Grin and Des, thank you for the host this evening. Main unit, what's up, bro? Spleen, Gumbelina, and that's on Des. How's it all going? So, on the last stream, we started work on these. These are the Galatus Dreadnoughts. Viking, you went in my chat. So, also hi to Sons of Rolo, Tyran, and Venturous. Dan, I got your email. Basically, over the weekend, I don't do anything other than stream. I try and avoid looking at my phone, all that sort of stuff. Just spend time with girlfriend and make sure we get to spend time together. In terms of commission, mate, I'd love to work with you. We've been trying to for ages. But if I'm honest, I can't take on any more commissions right now. I'm booked up till October. I think to take on any work past there is just irresponsible, because if something goes wrong, then you know it's a long wait time. What I'm going to do though is probably come August, mid to late August, we'll start putting some feelers out for commissions that I want to do. And so I'll definitely be hitting you up around then. We'll work out some projects, and then hopefully I can sort of choose from some options that are given to me what I'd like to do for that commission. That would be ideal, right? That's the like absolute like top of the line version of a commission painter, right? Is that you can just have the freedom to pick good commissions rather than like grind out a load. Who's the handsome devil, the mohawk, Mr. T? Not anymore. Not anymore. I feel Mr. T has gone past his prime, and yeah, just he doesn't have it anymore. Clubber Lang, not so good these days. Not so good. Glass Joe, how are you? Let's get some love in the stream for Glass Joe, quality streamer. Right, let's do it. So we got all the legs done. We got all the rest of the parts cleaned up. And we're starting on the assembly for the arms now. So we've got a big box of stuff, which we're going to start getting through. God, this looks so different on this screen. Daddy Tubbs, thank you very much for that sub. Here's to another great month. Let's go Nid List. Well, on that note, Jay did not skip leg day. Jay loves leg day because leg day is the only day where Jay can lift stuff to make other people go, damn. Oh, very strong legs. Easy leg press, 400k. Not joking. I can't deadlift anything close to that because I literally don't have the grip. When it comes to leg press, do it. Do it. Tried something new on my model. Nice, dude. Nice. Let's have an exclamation point vote in the chat. Go get yourself a link if you've not voted. Shit, I hope this works. This might not work. I can actually read the chat for the first time ever. Right, here's how big an upgrade these monitors were, right? I showed my housemate this earlier on. He was like, you fucking what? I bought two 28-inch monitors that are 4K. And I was under the impression that my previous monitors were 28-inch. Because I remember buying a monitor and then buying like upgraded monitors several years later, and buying bigger ones, and I thought they were 28, and I knew they were 20 something. So then the old monitor, no, yeah, you get a no Viking, no, the old monitors were 24. I thought, fucking hell, these boxes are massive. How much packing stuff have they put in here? I opened the box, lifted the thing off, and like, ka-chonk, the monitor. Shit, where's my tape measure? So the old monitors were 24-inch. These are 28. So we've got extra real estate. See, there's more light in your face. Can't make a bit of difference, really. That's because I'll go through all of this in a minute. There's a reason for that. So we've got bigger monitors, and we've got monitors that are way higher resolution than the last ones. The last ones were 1080 by 1920, so these are 38, whatever it is, I don't fucking remember, by whatever's. So loads more pixels. But for the first time ever, like literally ever, I am connecting my monitors to my PC with something that isn't a VGA cable. So I showed my housemate. I just pulled the cable at the back of the monitor and went, "Do you know how much of an upgrade this is?" And waved it about. He was like, "No way." So yeah, there we go. So I'm hoping this works and it actually shows the PAL, but it might not. Finally went to DisplayPort. Yes. The annoying thing is, my graphics card has only ever had DisplayPort inputs. I think it's got an HDMI input on it as well, actually. So I had to buy adapters VGA into DisplayPort. How shit is that? Anyway, hopefully this works. Yes, it works! God, look at how much screen you can see now. The results are exactly the same as they were last time. So unless something crazy happens, and enough crazy shit might happen in the stream anyway, Boomer J, I mean, yeah. I'm old, alright? We make things last, alright? Comrade Son, what up, bro? So, unless something crazy happens in this stream, the Tyranid list at the top of there is going to be the one we paint on our stream anniversary of the last weekend of April. If something crazy happens, though, it could be a sisters list. Now, on Saturday, for those of you that don't... Are you happening? You're always happening. You're very happening. Yeah, that's an old... do your lights have Edison bulbs and throw switches? No. We just wait for the sun to go up, you know? So, for those that weren't here on Saturday, I put out a spoiler for one of the prizes that are going on the stream anniversary. We have, obviously, the grand prize, the fully painted, potentially Tyranid army, as first place prize. Second place prize is whatever one of those comes in second, just brand new in box. Not bad, eh? It's not a bad raffle price. I like it. I think that's a good one. I think it's a really good one. So you could win, and because we're doing this by the bot, there's no like taking names out anymore. It's not going to be one prize per person. If you bought the tickets, you're eligible for the prizes. So you could... Daddy Tubbs, you can't do it in advance. No. You got to be online at the time, bro. So yeah, could be winning 2 armies in April. It's going to be big. What a giveaway, right? So here's what we did. We got the legs in a good sub-assembly. We've got this guy who's kind of leaping forward a little bit, getting up onto that step. We've got this dude who's going to be sort of just coming up off of the statue head there, edging ranks. We could not at all get that going on. We might be able to the other way, so we'll try it with one of the other bases we've got on the Achilles. And then we got this guy just kind of stood on like a ready-ish position, just 1 foot catching the lip of that bit of stone there. So nice little extra bit of bonus movement. But now it's arm day. We've done leg day. Now it's my least favourite gym day, which is arm day. I hate arm day. It's like go curling maybe maybe 18 kilos. Jay from the gen that grew up as we transitioned from analog to digital info age. VGA is not that old even, but it's already a distant memory. Exactly. AJ, what up, dude? Best gym day is not going day. Hell no. Hell no. I'm shit at cardio. I don't have the endurance for it. Quiet before anyone makes any horrible suggestions about my love life. But when it comes to just picking things up and putting them down again, yeah, I can do that. That's great. Love that. Alright, let's get all the rest of these bits out. We had to pack everything away slightly hurriedly earlier on when I got home just to get all this set. Glashow, no you're not, and behave yourself. Behave. Right, we've done the torsos. All the shoulder pads are going to be sub-assemblies because we're going to paint those purple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's one somewhere else in here. Ooh. There we go. So they can go back in the box. The heads are sub-assemblies, so they can go back in the box. The feet, we don't need any more feet. They're done. The shields, we've done one of. There's the other two. These are going to be purple, but we're going to spray all the inside gold, so that doesn't matter about the arm being on, so that's fine. We've got waist bits. Put those with those. Sword bits. One of the swords is the good old banana sword. What do you mean? I mean, don't even try. Like, no, don't try and get to number 1. That is enough. You have done so much this month already, dude. Like, in fact, if you're going to gift a sub, if anyone is going to gift a sub, go to Glass Joe's channel and gift a sub over there. Right, so we've got arm bits. Let's get these, which are the wrist. There's a head. There's another head. There's a third head. They can all go back in the box. We've got shoulder bits. And Drunk Mystic. Cheers for that host, dude. This is so much easier to read the chat. So much easier to read the chat. Why did I not do this before? Because I didn't have the money, but still. Right, more shield bits. And then we've got elbows. Other elbows. All these little tiny doodads that are arm armors. That's right, arm armors. That's the technical term that we're going for now. Jaeger! Thank you, right? No, yeah, banana sword, exactly. 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. And then these bits are for the swords, in case you've got the arms in different positions. It even tells you in the book, you basically heat this with a heat gun or a hairdryer, and then sort of stretch it out a little bit and make sure it fits the connection to the sword, which would go on down here. So nicely lined up if you need to move it around. Right, let's get these two bits on because they're super simple. No muss, no fuss. And then it's going to be assembling them arms. Now the arms have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces before you get to the hand, and that's not including a little bit of armor on them. So you've got a fair bit of posability here. I'm hoping we can get some really kind of interesting stances. What about the Wanted Spear? The Wanted Spear is in the other box. That's all part of the Achilles, which I'm really hoping we get to today. I don't want to start the Telemon because tomorrow in the afternoon I'm going to start filming a video about making like more customized resin bases. So we couldn't find a base like these bases for the Telemon. What we ended up doing is buying like a flat resin base that looks like it might fit in with the rest of the stuff that we've got. So like this. And then a load of heads that look like Greek sort of statue heads that are broken up. And we've got some pillars, things like that, to try and make the base look a little bit more like the rest of these. I've got some skulls somewhere in the garage. I mean model skulls before like someone starts taking that the wrong way. Just go to me. I think Martyr's higher resolution means more detailed whip. Potentially. It might show up more on screen, that's for sure. The fact that I can actually see it as well helps. You know, I don't want to say the whip has always been guesswork. That would be a lie. Some of it has been guesswork. It's like, damn, that picture's really small. You probably need more contrast. We'll go with that. Stream output is not in 4K. I don't think I've got the bandwidth for it. I'd be tempted to give it a go, but not sure about it. Right, let's do a shield arm. So we'll move all of these bits off to one side. Has this arm. This won't be attached, this will be just sort of blue tacked on, so let's make sure we've got some blue tack ready as well. Twitch also isn't really a fan of 4K. Well, fair. Building resin, your favourite. Yeah, I love it, dude. I do not. So, we've got torso and waist. These go on this way around, so we've got a little bit of extra stomach armor. So we've got a little bit of wiggle room here. A little bit of like front and back, but mostly a little side to side. There's a little wiggle room as well here, side to side on the legs where they join in, and that's just wide enough to allow a couple of degrees of movement. Looks to be cleaner today than it has been. Chain native resolution. Has it really? Is the stream output just a little better? That's mad. I genuinely didn't think it would have any effect for you guys at all. So that's interesting. Daka, what up, dude? You weren't around at the weekend when the Orc release was made public, which is just as well, because I may or may not have slated the fuck out of it. I won't say worst release I've seen in ages. Right, let's do these legs. So we've got this guy stepping forward slightly. I want him like driving forward with the shield if we can. Like a shield bash, like bit of a charge in to bam, take somebody out. So let's blue tack that to the base for a start. Glass, damn, what? Glass Joe! Bro. Don't do it. Don't do it. Alright, we need some retaliation, guys. If you see Glass Joe streaming, let me know. I'm gonna go and fuck his stream up. I'm gonna get in there, get rowdy, and throw meeps all over the place. And then drop a load of subs. Right. Let's get this waist bit attached to that waist bit. What bit didn't I like? I didn't like the fact that they have released... Glass Joe! Dude! Stop it. Thank you. But stop it. Let's get some love and some hype in the stream for Glass Joe. Absolute madman, or what? I don't really have an or what. That's the problem. That's why I didn't say or else. Because I've got no backup at that one. G545, cheers for the follow and welcome. Everyone, if you're not following Glass Joe, please do. He's a lovely guy. He's a big Orc fan. You know, since we're talking Orcs right now. What did you think of the new Orc Rider? Because I thought it looked absolutely shit. I think it looks like it belongs in Age of Sigmar and only Age of Sigmar. Why is it sticking to my hand more than the Mini? Come on. Get the fucking... Ah! There we go. The Orky Gammon Gallopers might look better with different paint schemes. They might. I'm not putting a bet on that, mind. Yeah, to me that looks like it belongs in Sigmar and it doesn't belong in 40k. And I don't like that. Why didn't they go with like Cybors, which have got already like established lore in 40k? Cybor riders were amazing. They're a very old established like thing, like I said, you know, and they definitely look 40k. If they'd done like the squig as like a cyber squig, I'd have been okay with it. But last year you got like a midget urinal on your toes. Bloody hell. That's horrifying. Right, let's work backwards. I think that's probably the safest bet. So that is the correct arm. Yes, that is the correct arm. So that bit will be attached to there, and that's got no real play. It's got no real movement in it. That's kind of set in stone. So then it is this bit, which goes on like so. So you want this bent at the elbow. I know there's this bit that sort of slots in, but it goes in pretty easily, to be honest. That bit can go on, and it turns. Oh, this is such a fiddly fucker. This is why assembling resin is, you know. But the thing is, it's not really snake bites, is it? And that's my bugbear with it, I think, is that if it was snake bites with, like I said, proper boars, cybors, all these things, I'd be cool with it. Even the orc has nothing on him that makes him look like he's part of the 40,000th universe. That period in a fictional time, I appreciate that we're getting a bit riled up about. But there's nothing that you look at that mini and go, oh, it's a 40k mini. I'm fine with things like the Cult of Speed because that existed and they did it justice. Like, here's some more vehicles for you for your army, and it looked fine. But the biggest thing was that even when it was going through the animation at the start and they were showing you all the new tech that the orcs have got on that like scroll looking thing they were working on, right? Crooked Grin, yeah, it really does. They've got a orc mega boss, I'm gonna guess, with a grot gunner on his back, which looks exactly like Altel W's. And I'd fucking love it. As much as I like Games Workshop, I'd fucking love it if Artel sued GW for making a futuristic orc that looked just like his. I'd love that. I'd probably cry with laughter at that. But that looks like the kind of thing that we're getting in that range, and that I'm fine with. And when that came across, I'm like, oh, that looks cool. And then I saw these squigs, and I was like, no, oh fuck, no, and suddenly there were squigs on my screen. Right, that is okay, but I kind of want more of a like arm up deal. I think that's about as close as we can get to it. Oh, there we go. We could do that. So as long as that's a little bit more at 90, and actually it looks like as long as that's not even located properly, we could do it. But yes, that we could do. Cool, that works. So what we need to do now, oh, there's a little bit of play in that actually, that's cool, is work backwards. So let's assemble this part. That's what we've gone with. And as a marker, that elbow joint is in line with that little rivet. Close to. Okay, close to. As we get into orcs, like I said, it's like they take AOS stuff and put it in 40k. Let's see the models. I'd rather have mech orcs or some orcs. Went to chaos. I don't know if we'll ever see chaos orcs, because how would you know? Is the thing, right? They don't really. I mean, they're fungal, so the whole Slanesh thing, meh. Unless you look at it from a point of excess, which orcs already do everything to the maximum. Nurgle orcs, you probably know, but they're already a fungus, so they kind of already are. Corn orcs, they're always angry. Yeah, I'm not sure I see a difference. And then Zench orcs are weird boys. So you've kind of got those in play already. The other thing I distinctly don't like about the orc, and this is just me being an old git, basically, is that I dislike Sigmar quite a lot for its naming conventions. Like, here's this thing you're doing, and you're painting it for an army, and the army looks cool, and so on, and then they've called it something completely fucking ridiculous. Like a 6-year-old has come up with this. And I understand that they do it because it's easy to copyright what they call beast grabbers. And it's not easy to copyright orcs. I mean, with a K, you kind of could, I guess. But not with a C, which is probably why they're not called that. But, oh, God. Beast snaggers. Beast snaggers. That's never going to get mispronounced into something horrendous, is it? I mean, oh, here's my army of beast shaggers. Wait, no, no, oh no! I just realised that this might not be the correct elbow joint. That goes on there. These go on the outside bit. So if that goes there, that is the wrong one. These are two different ones. Yes, they are two different ones. So I don't need that one. I need this one. Save that just in time. Because that would be on the inside. Yeah, so that's where the thing goes. Whew. I don't mind Eldari and Drakari. Yeah, because they sound like adult. Yeah, it doesn't sound like your 4-year-old nephew has come up with it. Seems orc can't be copyrighted as a mythical creature, but orc can. Yes, orc with a C is something that's been in so many different fictional storylines and so on that you've got no chance of copyrighting that. But orc with a K is, as far as I can work out, ever GW's own thing. So as a result, they could copyright that if they wanted to. It might be a little bit of a legal battle, which probably isn't worth it, but certainly they could have a big fight over it if they wanted. This is such a fucker. Come on, you fiddly shitbag. Right, we do need to twist that a little bit more. And the one time we actually needed it to not set immediately, it actually set immediately. I hope they look good, the new orcs. I think we all hope they look good. I mean, no one's gonna disagree with wanting nice looking minis on the table. And that just won't go on. Brilliant. Oh, I love Forge World. It's so great. Yeah, I don't think anyone is going to have like an argument. No, I hope all your minis look like shit. No, you'll get the odd dickhead on the internet that is the kind of person that would pay a recaster because he thinks he's spiting Games Workshop. But that's the only time I think you'll ever find somebody that actually wants that. Oh, bloody hell. Ooh, good catch. Well done, Jeans. Yeah, I think actually you'll ever find that happen. But then Disney claim copyright Fairy Tales, yeah, that would be really shit. Because for starters, I think a lot of religious groups would probably have a chat. No. No fucking way. There's a bit of resin there. It's so thin. When I put the thing on, I attached blue tack, and the blue tack went through it. Here's what it is. Excuse. Right, so that needs to be a pretty hard 90 degrees. So let's glue that on first. Just to the bottom of this. Sometimes I think what I'm doing you can't quite see on screen, so I'm going to try and be a little bit more forward. Stop being a bitch. Some of the resin fine cut Judo has done has been using real older sheet molds, which should have been retired. To be fair, the Custodes ones aren't bad at all. It's just I basically don't like painting or assembling resin. I find it's just usually a lot more of a chore than it needs to be. Especially the painting side. The painting side can be really bad at times. Just resin isn't as smooth as plastic, and because I'm so used to painting plastic, you're kind of spoiled by it a little bit. Got a fucking Leviathan with the O's mold and it couldn't do anything weird. Resin actually fold itself over in one place. At least you got that one replaced, dude. It's tough. The Leviathans and the Contemptors are normally really good because they sell a lot of them, and so that mold gets refreshed pretty regularly. It's the stuff that you don't you don't see very often on the table that is frequently the worst. I had a buddy that bought one of the flyers, not a Fire Raptor. I think it began with an S. Like the Thunderhawk, but not. Stormhawk? Could be a Stormhawk. Stormbird? No, it wasn't Storm Raven. It was the Forgewood one. Otherwise, they called it Storm Potato or something. No, Storm Raven's the plastic G-Dubs one. Storm Eagle? That could be. I can't remember. Yeah, Storm Eagle. Storm Eagle gunship. Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah, he got one of those and sent it to a mate to assemble because the floor was like half a Mobius strip. It literally did a 180 in the middle. And his mate, with the aid of a hairdryer and a piece of plywood and lots of elastic bands, just like heated it and fixed it. But right, that is one arm assembly, liking it. So what we're going to do is we will swear at this not sticking, possibly multiple times, but we will glue that in place. But we won't glue the shield part in place. And then we can glue the bodies down after we've got the arms kind of made up. I know Tantalus is a terrible mod. Yeah. Yeah, I can imagine, mate. Quality control isn't their strong point, no. They, I think they don't necessarily admit that, but they understand that it's a problem. Frequently, resin is fine when it comes out of a mold. But during the shipping process, or just having it stored on a shelf, depending on how warm it is in the warehouse, it could just deform it in the warehouse, which is not great. I mean, that's a fucking terrible thing. I'm not defending Games Workshop for this at all, but just the fact that it is an issue, for me, would be an example of here's a good reason to move away from resin. I was talking to people about this in the Hellstorm chat the other day, and they were like, well, GW clearly don't give a fuck, and like, why don't they just make everything out of plastic? Yeah. And oh no, it was the SN chat. Sorry, it wasn't the GW chat. I basically had to explain to people that if GW made everything out of plastic, yes, that would be great. But if that was all they ever used, there'd be some models that would never see the light of day. And if it was an orc riding a squig, I'd be totally okay with that. That's obviously a joke, but because it costs a lot less to make a resin mold than it does a plastic one, using traditional methods, I'm aware you could just have that whole thing fucking master milled and away you go. And the development side of it doesn't take forever either. But again, aware, using traditional methods, it does cost quite a lot of money. So because of that, you frequently find that you are likely to get something come out in resin that you wouldn't necessarily get come out in plastic, because everything at GW sell, they have to ensure they're making their money back. So development is still an excuse. It's not just about getting the sculpt done. It's about the production aspect of it, which all falls under the development part, right? And they do 3D print their masters to make molds from. In fact, if you look at some of the newer Forge World stuff, you'll see 3D print lines. Very faint, but you will see them. The issue is, though, that you've got this thing that you've developed and you've got a mold for, and a plastic mold, to have that developed will cost you, say, £150,000. And that's probably not too far off what GW have been paying for their plastic molds to be done. Think about how many boxes of intercessors you need to sell to make back just the cost of the mold. Okay? 75,000 boxes of intercessors, basically. And that doesn't cover it, because that's what you're selling them for, and not all of that is profit. And so you've got the cost of your plastics, you've got the cost of your packaging, cost of the instruction manuals to be printed, and that probably costs more than the plastic they're using. So, bear that in mind. And then you've got getting it to your stores and so on. So instead of it being 75,000 boxes of intercessors, it might be still 150,000 boxes of intercessors they need to sell. And that's the break-even point, right? And that's why some things are priced more. So a clamshell, dude. Let's take let's take the Terminator chap that we got there, right? That costs £22-ish, £25, whatever, because that is a character model, and they're going to sell less of those character models, despite it being a limited release, and that obviously makes it harder to get hold of. But they should still get through it. But that costs more because they'll sell less of those than they will boxes of Hellhorns, as an example. And so you might very well need to make something out of resin, knowing, well, we're probably only going to sell 10,000 units of these worldwide. We can't afford to make a plastic mold for it. Wolf, yes, they do, because they are PLC, so they have to. Keep buying Games Workshop stuff. You make my share price go up. Right. Is that a bit of flash that I need to remove a little bit? No, not really, because those Primaris Lieutenants still sell for £22. Doesn't fall apart at all. Right, how do we want this guy's sword out? We've got him rising up there with his shield. He's sort of moving forward. I think sort of sweeping in from the side would be good. So let's see what movement we've got. How much movement do we have here? That is not a lot in the wrist. Maybe 40 degrees, one end to the other. So if we did it that way, that would be the best thing. And then we'd need this to still be able to fit, which I reckon we can do with the hairdryer. That should be fine. So then let's, again, work backwards. So if that's going on there, that needs to be on. What we didn't check is the shoulders. We've got the plain shoulder on this side. Please fit. Cool, that fits, no issue. And so if that goes in there, like so, we've got loads of movement. Cool, we can put this in any fit configuration we want and it will still fit. Especially if at 90 degrees, that still sits on top. We're good. And tilts, the new screens are okay. Have you noticed any difference in stream quality? Because you're a complete nerd. And so you might. The cost of the molds is that high. And let's be honest, mate, I don't think they care when it comes to Primaris Lieutenants. Looks the same to you? Okay, good. I didn't think it would have much of much of a difference, but I didn't think of any. But Jaeger says it looks a little bit different. That's what I thought, Viking. Jaeger seemed to think it was slightly better. Let's see, when you come in from that angle, so your shoulder would go tilted slightly back from the body, dead straight line. It's more of a twist at the elbow rather than anything else. So twist out, which would be this part twisting out to that also. So if we do that, a slight kickback, yeah, I think we're good there. And a little bit of nerd is an understatement. I mean, I knew I was being on the safe side there. It's not quite full extension. There might be the fact so the lights are in a different position. Oh, that's why this is a little bit better lit. So that camera sits on top of one of the monitors, and that's actually about 2 inches higher, I guess, than it used to be. So this has got a slightly better line to my face. The other light, the boom arm, comes just in over that camera, and it's here. You can just see the end of it there, just between the camera and that. So that sits just there, and because that's higher, there's more ambient light that comes out this way without it being like super glary and so on. You see, I can just tilt it a little bit and it changes. But yes, that's that. Oh my god, you've got an internet connection. That's why, Jaeger. It's totally that. Right, so coming back with the sword, I've got elbow at about 120 degrees. So let's do this way to begin with. And then this goes on. So that is about the angle we want, which means that that is about 2/3 of the way up. Loads of room for some glue. A little on there this time. This is to wait over 2 months for Virgin to come install a new cupboard at the house. Yeah. I know that pain, dude. I had the same thing when I had Virgin installed in my old flat in Cheltenham. I feel like causing trouble. What? No, Glass Joe. No trouble. It's a trouble-free stream tonight. There's no trouble. No trouble at all. And that goes on. Why do you feel like causing trouble? Don't cause trouble. Also, since I've been learning, I don't have old Intel CPUs I don't need. No. So come on, power nerds of the chat, and there's a few of you, and you know who I'm talking to. Bitcoin mining. Is that still a thing? I got a friend that told me he was doing it the other day, looking to buy like super high-end graphics cards to mine Bitcoin. Is it still profitable? You reckon he's making like $1,000 a month, and if that's amazing that you can still do that. I'd have thought that all of that is gone now, right? Like, I need to sit down and watch a video on how this shit works because I just don't understand cryptocurrency. Right, that goes on like so. There's a sword there. I wanted the sword the other way actually. Let's do it. No. So we can do this with the arm. So you can wind that back. Oh, I think I needed that at a much wider angle, so that would have had to have been all the way around, but we're too late on that one. That's okay. You'll still look cool in this position. Please, blue type, don't fail me now. Matter, I said that as well, actually. Just buy the card and flog the card. Oh, that's it, because we can add a little bit of play in the sword arm. So what we'll do is we'll wait for all of that to dry, and then we'll come back to that one. Let's just get this bit attached. Well, I didn't even know that was still going. I was kind of under the impression that you could... There was only like a finite amount of currency that got mined or could be mined. And that was how the currency gets some degree of value, right? Because there's a finite amount of it. If it was an infinite amount, I mean... Right, so there's one done. We'll pop these bits over to one side with him, and this shield over to one side with him, and this bit can go in the box because we can't use it at all. I need to do the head in sub-assembly so I can get to like the eye lenses easily, basically, and just crash on it. You don't need to mind that fine amount of hieroglyphics. Right, that makes sense. Right, next up, let's do this guy. Because why not? So let's blue tack him down. And then we'll blue tack the waist and the torso. Let's see, it is 10 to 10. We've got loads of time. We should be able to get all of these assembled and hopefully make a start on cleaning. I hate this. I hate this. God, I can't wait to prime these fucking things so that paint sticks and things stick. I hate forgeable resin from this perspective. Right, you squish. Many squish. Squished. Lady her. So, I mean, this pose is super boring, so we don't want to replicate this at all. I wonder if we can get like a slash coming down across the chest. We know we can do an arm at 90 degrees at the elbow, so we know we can do that part. We can turn the elbow, and we can raise that, so that can come up and that can go across. It's just whether the sword is going to be in the way of the face. So let's do the sword arm first on this one, and then we can work out where the shield goes after. Because if we can get like a cross slash, then we're onto a winner. 2 Christ or more. This is for a client. So below here, you'll see all our like gallery, such as this. The Mech Chop. Cheers for the fire. And you'll see some Custodes in there, all in purple and gold, and they look beautiful. These were a commission for a client that's requested some more reinforcements. So we have 7 Custodian Dreadnoughts to do. 3 Galatas, 3 Achilles, and 1 Telamon with 2 fists. Except he's going to be holding a big fucking spear. These guys, right here. So, they're nice. Right, sword arm. So we need one of these ones, because that's the left one. We need this, this. I need the left version of that, which is this, and this, and this. So, blue tack time again. Isn't like 10k points? I don't know. I don't know. They're all armed with flamers. Somebody who's got battle scribe. Go and have a look. Right, let's find out, shall we? Telamon is double fists. Everything else is standard, apart from the Achilles on the wrist weapons they can choose, and they've got flamers. That's the size of it. So we want that probably around there, and then we need that. Oh, that'll have to be a really, really shallow angle. I'm not sure we can do this. It'd be cool, it would look great, but unsure. Sarah! How you doing? Nice things. Gonna be using your new pigments on stream on Tuesday, by the way. If I was swinging the sword down that way, we turn that shoulder round, so it needs to be leaning that way. Martial arts background in a martial art that used weapon forms. Super useful when it comes to miniature assembly. Mage Tales, how you doing? Scott. Blah, 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 blah. Look, I don't want to read that comment. No offense, mate. I don't mean this in a negative way at all. But if some mod could just delete that comment, I'm watching that tomorrow night. I was a big fan of the original film. I'd quite like to watch this one. All I need from a film is to be entertained, and what I definitely don't need is any spoilers of any description. Right? If you didn't enjoy it, then I'm really sorry. If you loved it, then great. I can't wait. I don't care if you didn't spoil anything. I literally would like to hear nothing about the film. I don't even watch trailers. That's how much I don't like spoilers. Like, occasionally, I'll see a trailer because I'll be at the movies and it's on the big screen, and it's a bit hard to fucking avoid that. Right, that is going to put the sword right through his face. So with the sword on there, that we definitely can't do that. So can we go further out this way and less this way? Cool. Sorry about that, dude. And again, I mean, absolutely, like no disrespect or anything. Like, please don't feel that you're not welcome. Everyone's welcome, but I can't wait to watch that film. It's going to be 4 hours with a long smoke or two to chill on Monday after the Hellstorm stream. It's going to be good. Right, so that we can do. So we can get to that kind of position. And we can't really tilt the sword much. I'd like to get the blade a little bit more in a cutting position rather than like slightly offset like it is here. I'd rather do that than this. Not a lot we can do there. So Glass Joe! God damn it, Chris. God damn it, Glass Joe is what we're saying here. Dude! Mate, come on. Come on. Right, everyone, can we please get some hype for Glass Joe, who's just dropped 15 gift subs in the stream? Oh god, these screenshots are going to get harder to read. Oh no. What have I done? Okay, my old monitor. We've got Glass Joe now giving 50 gift subs this month with a total of 88. God damn it, Chris. Brother Captain Birdseye, what a quality fucking name that is. Trigbot, the Bug King, Ferrum Schnop. Sit, that's Liang, my buddy. Big Mech Dan, Skull, Forksar, Verity and Cakes. Verity and Cakes, that sounds good. Danaf, Alavi, Crazy Fish 365, Rick Flair, Babio. I didn't stutter, alright? I read the fucking name. Hancholo 55 and Crispy Minis. Crispy Minis. What a good name. What a name. Dude, you popped it 2 minutes early is all I'm going to say on that one. But thank you very much, mate. Huge props to Glass Joe. Always super generous. It was worth it to have you read the names. Yeah, exactly right. I hope you like it anyways. I hope so too, dude. I like I said, I like the first one because all a movie needs to do is entertain me. That's it. I'm watching Superman and Batman, and I really like Batfleck. I think Batfleck is like the second best Batman after Michael Keaton because Christian Bale, I'm Batman. Swear to me! Ric Flair. That's a good wrestling name. That's a good 40k wrestling name. I like it. But yeah, like I said, I enjoy it. All I need is the movie to be entertaining, and if it's 4 hours of just watching Gal Gadot on screen, I could somehow deal with it. I'd be okay. Right. So this is what we need to replicate now. So let's look for some markers. This is just between those two, and this was near the top. Cool. Tilts is clearly doing some extremely nerdy shit with whatever he needs these things for. But no, I have no... Bane was the money. I thought Tom Hardy as Bane was fine. Because Bane in the comic books is quite smart. And he definitely didn't play Bane, the psychotic monster, like they had in the god-awful old film. I think it was Batman and Robin they had Bane in. The one with Chris O'Donnell. God damn it, Chris. Yes, you did. Glass Joe, absolute boss. Do give him a follow. He's a streamer as well, so if you're not already, please do. Got a bonus and pay rise this month. Dude! Mate, well, congratulations. I'm sure that was very well deserved. Now stop spending it on me and go and spend it on some more orcs for you to paint on your stream, alright? Brilliant. Well, have fun with that, mate. That sounds like an absolute rocking evening. Kids these days, eh? Not if the new ones are shit. Well, there is that. Yeah, didn't like it at all. Didn't like it at all. At least he's into drugs. At least he isn't into drugs aside from plastic crack. There's not a lot of evidence to support that theory, you know? You wouldn't guess have a girlfriend, would you? I mean, you've told everyone you have a girlfriend, but you haven't told us that it isn't Rosie Palm and her 5 little friends, you know? Or it says, like, some assembly required on it. Or, you know, rinse well under the tap after use. You know, that kind of thing. OJ, if I get a very large commission print job in, how's your commission list looking? So far into the future. Ooh! I wanted to talk to you about a commission, actually. Pamela Henderson. Pamela Henderson, yes. Haven't heard that one in a long time. So, you can just about see in the shot now the mess that is everything just got shunted off my desk earlier on. These are my paint racks. And everything here... Why did we shout out Gumbalina? Gumbalina, did you stream? Or did Jaeger just get it wrong? Yeah, Jaeger got it wrong. Angelina Jolie. Oh, God, I've never heard that one. That's amazing. Angelina Jolie. That's brilliant. That's fucking win. Absolute win. Oh, that one's going to be used on Ben. Definitely. But yeah, these paint racks. The only downside I have with these right now is that it's quite dark in that corner of the stream. So what I was thinking is lighting them up. And then I thought, why... all that fucking MDF. Get in, like... Oh, God, it's going to be such a pain in the ass trying to light that. And then I thought... Idea. Simon Pegg style. Why don't I get someone to make that in clear acrylic for certain parts, i.e. like the back of it, and then light in from behind. Get some of those like light panels that you just like tap to turn on behind it. Boom. Fully lit up paint rack. Yeah, maybe. So, still just a small idea. You know, don't know if that's going to be possible. Or what it would cost. Cost could be engraved like my thing was. What have you done on your thing? This is a conversation we don't want. Hang on. Han Sang-soo. I try not to read that out loud because I might already be in enough trouble after the last Tell a Story redemption. Like the back plate for my desk. I think you've probably shown me your desk, but could you send me a picture again? Because I've forgotten. Han Sang-soo. I'm not seeing it. Underdog Painting, how you doing, bro? Right, that goes on like that. So, again, let's look for markers. So that little rivet is on that one. So basically we use this as a marker for where the rivet on the elbow joint needs to go. I didn't know what you mean by trouble. Yeah. I'm not reading that out either. Undog Painting, thank you for that follow, dude. Welcome. So it's time to ask the question now that I haven't asked at all yet today. What's everyone doing this evening? I'm sat here assembling a shit ton of Forge World resin. What about you guys? What are you up to? Anyone do anything more fun than assembling Forge World resin? And believe me, there's a lot of answers to that question. There are so many answers to that question. Tilts, the thing is, and this is really shit, and this is why I shouldn't have told that story, but the tell a story thing, I'm not going to lie, I'm not going to fucking make something up. This has got to be a real story, or if I don't have anything for that topic, I'll get someone to pick another topic. But the problem with that story is, you're going to end up meeting that guy. Wolf's watching a Snyder Cut, nice, got that ready for Monday. That's my post Hellstorm stream viewing. Yeah, that's good. Like that position. Way. And those two parts line up there and there. Building a coal merchant's building. Currently gluing tiny spikes onto my Raider. eBaying a load of shite off again. Nice. Playing Valheim. Oh, my housemates. A big fan of that. Even his mates have been playing it pretty much non-stop in the evenings. They're loving it. Looks like fun. I think of Walker and stop me laughing. Maybe with your sense of humour, that's not necessarily a guarantee. Nice. Nice. So we've got enough of an angle we can put in that, so if the shoulder pad is a little bit too close to the sword, we can just change that angle a slight bit. So that was cool. Liking that one. Now we just got to do the other arm. This is the shield arm now. Let's glue this little doodad on. Don't tell me you finally told a good story and I missed it. You wound me, sir. You wound me. God, the nonsense that I have to put up with. Come on, stay blue tacked in place, you horrid little shit. There we go. Right, that sword is good to go. You've still got to attach these bits, but we're going to do all of that after the glue has had a good chance to dry. So we'll start doing the assembly on this guy before we even come close to that, I think. So shoulder, this time we need... Yeah, that's the right one of those. One of those. That's the right one of those. One of those. 5 bits? 1, 2... No, didn't think so. There we go. So you're working on minis for a board game. Ooh! You making a board game? Or are you painting minis for a board game? Watching Bristol Riot. There's a riot in Bristol? Shit. Hope you're safe, dude. Almost finished Scorpius Disintegrator, hoping it's still good in the new codex. I'll tell you, it might be good in his fucking House Raven / Mechanicus cohort. Put a gift on my backboard in Discord General, right? Let's have a quick look over here, make sure that Discord works before we get to the whip gallery. There's a GIF. Oh. That is the tiniest picture ever. That's really sick. Not necessarily like that, but that is really sick. Yeah, we need to talk at some point. Not like tomorrow or anything. Like, why is it so small? I can't answer that question, mate, but apparently that's what she said too. Right, so this, if that sword's come up in a cutting motion, then the shield needs to be out the way. So it's going to have to be sort of down towards the side. Genetics. So, kind of hanging loose, I guess. If I was coming in, we drop the shield down, swipe, and then bring the shield back up to guard against another swinger. Yeah, so shield loose down at the side would be in a logical position. So we can actually just straight up assemble some of this. I want it just out from the body, so it's not right down, like completely limp arm. A little bit like maybe what we talked about in the chat. I hope you're all enjoying my imaginary sword fighting, by the way. So I remember when I was doing my housemate's Kaitan. The Kaitan is a big boy. It's a big knight-sized miniature, and you'll see a few shots of it down here. When I was doing that, he wanted him to be stood on a dreadnought, so we bought a dreadnought. He wanted to be an Ultramarines dreadnought as well, on the base, and I needed him there, right there. So to make sure his pose didn't look like he was squatting to take a shit, I had to try and do the pose. So I think I had a suitcase down here. I was just going off to Jib or off to a tournament or something. So I put one foot on my suitcase and kind of half squatted to make sure that looked like he'd be in that pose to do a big slam with his axe. And as long as I could stand up and it felt like being stood up rather than like squatting down, then it was going to be fine. And it turned out it was indeed fine. But not squatting for shit, teabagging the Smurf in a can. Done. Bantle Arms, that is fucking terrible. That is fucking terrible. I'm really sorry to hear that. That's a waste of a day. Because normally something like that you've planned a list for, you've kind of got yourself set up for, and everything else. I hate the oh fuck it, I can't win, so I'll quit mentality. Like equally, I don't want to give somebody a shit game either. I feel a tilt towards the back would be fine for that arm. So that would be straight on. So that is probably about enough. So that rivet on that line. It gives 5 Thunderwolf cap. What? Oh, tell him to grow the fuck up. My god, I've lost 2 knights in a turn. No, lie. Actually, I've lost 1.5 knights in a turn and thought, fucking hell, this is game over. And still won the game because I just carried on playing. And that was at a tournament against a former world champion, actually. One of the Team England, in fact, the Knights player from Team England, who wasn't playing Knights because he wanted to win the event. And I podiumed with Knights, and he was further down. SJ Parters! Dude, thank you very much. Little 4-leaf clover going there. It's not quite Paddy's Day anymore, but cheers. Question for any Americans in the chat. Because I don't understand this one. Do you call it Patty's Day? As in like P-A-T-T-Y? Instead of Paddy, which is what the shortened version of Patrick is, P-A-D-D-Y. Because I heard somebody say that, and I didn't want to question it at the time, but is that a thing? Right, don't want to get full lock on the elbow. That always looks unnatural, but just a little curve in on the arm I think is fine. So that is going to be... Okay. Your name Patrick is shortened to Patty here in the US. Really? Huh, I didn't know that. I wonder why. It's obviously an Irish-American thing, because over here, I don't think I've ever met an Irishman that's... if they're Patrick, they're Paddy to their mates. Like, that's always been in the way. Though more usually just Pat. Yeah. Yeah, same. Oh. So you've gone Pat, not Pat. Right. Yeah. Now I get it. Pat isn't a bad name. Right. Point of fact, have a friend called Paddy. He's definitely the kind of person that would tell you to fuck off if you didn't want to be called that. Sarah, no problem, love. I hope you're enjoying the film. I'm looking forward to that tomorrow. That's my evening's entertainment after the Hellstorm stream tomorrow. Patty would be slang with their friends or as a child. Okay. Stuff like this always just fascinates me. I like knowing things. Yeah, Padraig. Yeah. Right, so that's going to go on here. Oh, just realised that puts... No, that's fine. That's fine. Puts a shield like that, though, which I don't necessarily want. Dick. Fucking thing. So... should have twisted that elbow out a lot more. Seeing as none of this is fucking gluing. Let's have that off. And then let's just carefully... This is the one bit that fucking sticks. None of the rest of this thing wants to stick together. This is the one bit that sticks every time. It's the friggin' elbow joint. No, that's on there. That is on there. Alright, cool. So we've got a shield then that's dipstick. Ugh. It's slightly more turned in than I wanted it to be. But I think that still looks fine. But actually that probably looks slightly more natural that way around than how I was going to have it. So that's come out alright. Yeah. Okie doke. Patrick is also Rick for short here in the States. Oh, okay. Rick, I don't think I know anyone called Rick. Skeptic! How you doing, dude? Glue in there, flex. That Rick with a silent P. Is Rick still a short version of Richard here? I know, obviously, there's Dick, but... Snake, what up, bro? All fine, trying to draw a DIY airbrush cabin. Oh, you're making your own extractor. Nice. Sarah, you and me both. Most of them do things like ask to see vegan menus. It's not a slant against vegans. It's just the people I know that do that are generally the kind of people that are pretend vegan, which is that they will behave as vegans in public, but then will go home and demolish a cheeseburger. That's what we're going for. Oh, nice, bro. Keeps up to date. Right, last one to do the arm bits for, and then we can go back through these and start basically sort of melting this ever so slightly, or softening it with the hairdryer, and then just manoeuvring the end of the cable to where this will be on the Mini. So, exactly, they're grass-fed, yeah. Right, back to the blue tack. Let's get the torsos put on. Then we can glue the torsos down as well. It's going to be a big one. In fact, I'll tell you what, before we do this one, then let's do this torso, because then we can start working on this afterwards. So, looking for basically glue them together and spin it as much to that way as we possibly can. This is only half of this commission as well, which is the thing. Right. Just do a hefty wash on these. I did my redding kit. So I am slightly lazy when it comes to this, but I have a process that takes more time. It's just less effort. And exactly, Sarah. What I do is I put them in like a big container, chuck some dish soap in, and some water that's just colder than like the hot water I'd use to wash hands. Give it a good sort of swish around, and then leave it. And then in a couple of hours, I'll come out and I'll drain that all out, put it through a sieve, give it a quick rinse under a tap, put it back in the box, dish soap, water, quick swizz, leave it. And the reason why I do that is because that whole process takes about 5 minutes of effort, but it still gets the job done while I'm doing other stuff. So as long as you're sort of working in a kind of regimented manner of like, I know I have to do this later on, so I need to do this now, and just be prepared and everything for what's going on for your day and plan ahead, then you're fine. So that on, and then twist as hard as we can that way, and just get that in place. I did the other method using degreaser and toothbrush. Yeah, I can't be arsed with that shit. Tilts, go for it, dude. The other army he plays is the demons. Can you fire resin kits through dishwasher on a cool temp wash? I have no idea, dude, but you might be missing a few bits if you did. Like, can you imagine stuff like these things firing around the inside of your dishwash? I am indeed a terrible, terrible person. I am a horrible human being, and even Frankie Boyle would be disgusted at some of the shit that I say. I try not to filter myself at all, but there are certain things that I don't say on stream. Just gonna throw out there, like, none of it's racist. I'm not like that horrible a human being. And I totally disagree with racism in all its forms. Actually, I can't understand it. I can't comprehend it. I just go by the usual rules of most people I'm going to meet in my life are probably idiots. It has nothing to do with the colour of their skin. It just has to do with the fact that most people are idiots, and therefore follows on. Most people are idiots. You've got to be in a dark level to beat Frankie Boyle. I've seen some shit. You don't have spray and sit out glue, and it always creates a massive amount of mess. Is that my bad for mixing up brands? No, dude. It shouldn't have that effect at all, AD. Like, I'm using Gorilla Glue, and I'm going to use Vallejo airbrush primer. But even if I was spraying these with like Citadel rattle cans, it shouldn't. It shouldn't have any like adverse effect. Yeah, when you say it's making a mess, can you give me a good example of what you mean? Like, can you describe that in a bit more detail for me? Oh, Divox, Meeps are the stream currency. Oh, that's a point. Can one of the mods just put in a chat to put in on the Meep command that the Meep's going to be reset on the giveaway after the 22nd of April? Why aren't you sticking in place? Fuck's sake. To wash white metal kits for soldering them together. You solder them? Fair. That's like one step further. Please, Des. Yeah. Oh, fuck. Oh, God, that's better. Oh. AD Lewis, are your minis brand new or second hand? Yeah, I know, Johnny. You said you're going to test it. Is it legit if you tested it and it works? Because I'm fine to do that as long as it's not a long process here and that it definitely works. Brand new. That's really odd, mate. If you got any pictures of it, you could put in the whip gallery later on and we can have a look and I can maybe try and work out what the problem is once I've seen the problem. I've never heard of that happening. And I've got some army painter spray. Did a thing on the Mega on my laptop to PC. Okay, cool. Dickhead. Like I said, hate to tell people this is going to work and then it not work. So brand new. I'll have a look. If not, I'll post Pickle Tuesday. Okay, dude. Cheers. So I've used Army Painter Spray. Usually for scenery, because it's cheaper than GW stuff. I've got a load of the newer GW Cities of Death stuff, the plastic ruins, upstairs. I've got a table's worth of that terrain, in fact. Because I went pretty big on it when the Kill Team box is released, knowing I was going to use it for my eyes. God, that picture's horrible. A little bit of artifacting there. Okay, cool. Hey, Meeps. Alright. No, you don't want to be on the internet today. Meeps is not an internet cat. Yeah, you're exactly that, right? Ah! Cock monkeys. Fucking resin! Why can't you just be plastic? Why can't you just be plastic? Internet cat belongs to a different website. Careful. Right, just fucking glue. Tomorrow, when I'm still assembling fucking resin contemptors. Well, I was fortunate to use resin. So we discussed this earlier on. It's because the cost of production for a mold to make several, potentially million plastic kits from GW costs a very, very, very large sum of money. Low six figures, like 100 to 200,000 pounds. So every time you buy a mini, there's been a lot of production costs that have been sort of floated to get to the point where that mini gets to your table. Now, some things Games Workshop sort of do the math on. They have a forecasting department. I know one of the people that works in it. Her name's Sophie. She's cool. She's got a fucking horrendous sense of humour. You think some of the shit that comes out of this chat, or occasionally me, is sick. That woman is dark on the inside. Skeptic, yeah, it's because superglue sets with on contact with moisture, and usually you have humid breath, unless you tend to spend the weekends as like an Egyptian mummy or something, and so as a result, it dries faster. However, and this is why I don't do it, if you accelerate the drying process of pretty much anything that is a chemical adhesive, but superglue specifically in this case, it becomes more brittle, and as a result, it's easier to snap. So I'd rather just put up with the issues and take the time, rather than halfway through the painting process find that I've got to reattach bits. It's supposed to make some amazing stuff and some absolute shit overpriced, or is that just my perception of it? I don't think you can say it isn't a perception, because some things will be like more valuable to me than they are to you, and vice versa, because worth is perceived. There are some arguments against that, I appreciate, but in a general sense of the term, that's kind of the way. Like, for instance, would I say somebody buying, I don't know, what's some of the Forge-Road infantry Chaos Space Marine characters, would I say something like that is completely fucking worthless? I probably would, because I think they are. But someone that plays Chaos would have potentially a completely different idea behind that. Let's have this guy leaning the other way. So we'll start off with that, because the others are leaning one way. Let's go with this guy the other. And let's do a bit of a heavy swing with a sword. Don't want to do swords up. Swords up is always bad, because they're harder to hide. So yeah, don't want to do swords up. Let's do... So we've got one guy doing like a cut across. We've got one guy reaching back with his sword to do a swing forward. I don't want to do like a ready stance, because no. No Power of Grayskull pose. No Power of Grayskull pose. A, because you don't have enough vertical movement in the shoulder. So the most you can do is tilt that to sort of here, but then this joint goes there. So the most you can do, I suppose, is kind of like arm out at that angle, and that's a bit... Yeah. Can you do a lunge? No, and I probably wouldn't with the legs that we've got. Also, this is kind of a gladius, I guess. Stabbing, not really what it's for. Can do, obviously. It's kind of multi-purpose. This one stabs just a little bit around corners, as you can see. Just a tiny bit of banana sword on this one. How many dreads do I have to build? It's 7. 7. I don't want to do sword out. That looks shit. The reason we can't do a lot of stuff is because there's very little movement at the wrist. So this goes into... Whoops, wrong bit. This bit. Oh, shit, we even got the right one of these. Yes, accidentally. So this goes here, and there's not a lot of movement there. Either way, actually. Can you put it at the beginning of the stab jab by the waist? Yeah, but, and that always looks fine in the action, but taking it as a snapshot when there's just this model and not another model there to make it look like it's about to gut somebody with it, it just looks like he's hanging it there. it's like the whole dreadnoughts look like they're falling over when they're running, because it's very, very difficult to get it to look like it's actually running. And what you end up with, because there's no sense of like speed or story, there's no other things going on, you end up with him looking like he's falling over. Rest on the shoulder. Have we got enough? No, we haven't, because it only bends up to 90 at the elbow, and so that sword you can't lift back far enough to get it to hit on the shoulder, so you end up with this like weird I'm stood there holding my sword look, and that's it. There's no mileage in twisting it up the other way either. That looks terrible. So let's go for some sort of strike, I guess, then. Oh, God, what is that horrendous fucking mold line we've missed? Right, what I'm about to do not do at home. Wear a mask. I'm just going to slightly wet this area and then sand it. Wear a mask for things like this. Resin dust is fucking horrendous for you. That's why I've wet it. The dust will sort of help stick to this and not erupt all over the place. But just wear a fucking mask, okay? You always saw that like a challenge, not without looking like he's just wandering around with a big fucking sword, just waving it. And you can't do the sword point like with your hand like this, because the wrist doesn't go past about that angle. So you've got like bolt on, and you can just do that with a wrist, and that's it. Pose as a banging sword off shield. Well, that could be fun. Is that a particularly custody thing to do, do you reckon? I don't know. I think that's more like a barbaric thing, not from Golden Light They Come thing. And Sarah, you're totally right. These are fiddly as fuck. It's not helped by the fact that they're resin, not plastic. If they're plastic, it'd be much, much easier. So let's jam these bits together and let's just have a quick play around. Not seen glass in person. Yeah, killers. We've got 3 of those to do as well. We're going to do 1 probably with the double-handed, like holding his spear. And then 2 with single-handed. Maybe 1 with like a long sweeping sword hand behind shield hand, both in front of the chest, sword upward. So like that. We can't get too far across the body. Like, look at this guy. That was his dreadnought being a complete and utter. If you're easily offended, or are children or your gran listening, please tell them to turn away. Cunt. Right, here's how you cheat with Forge World. Green stuff. With gap. Although, if you leave it in a drawer that's in front of a heater, as you can imagine, the gap starts to close up gradually. All dreads are 1400 points to the Telemon. Yeah, sounds about right. So let's have a little green stuff. I went to a Dread and Forge Raw Jet Bike Heavy Force. Custode? Jet bikes from Forge World? Is that a thing? But yeah, 1400 points sounds about right. The rest of what we've done is easily like 3.5k. So this, by the time in about 6 months, this army will be the 2nd largest Custodes army I've ever done. Because we have a gargantuan army to do coming up soon. Right, little bit of green stuff. You take a tiny bit of super glue. that goes on there. Take your green stuff, glue it to the super glue. Squidge that out a little bit. Then you put glue on the green stuff. And then you introduce these two things with the power of squishing. And now that motherfucker is not coming off. But yeah, that arm is about as far around the body as we can go. So trying to get like the presentation pose you're talking about, I don't think is likely or possible. Yes, I am doing a white Custodes force. Yeah. Agamatus Jet Bike Squadron. I don't think I've seen these. Yes, I am human, Forge World. Please. Wow. Bike. 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 I clicked on all bikes. How dare you? Bike. Bike. That's a motorbike. Don't you dare. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not loving those. But, you know, whatever takes your fancy, really, I suppose. But cool. Do you miss teaching kids how to superglue metal me together? No, I don't, because I had to watch a child superglue his head to a table. I wish I was joking. I have never felt more despair in all the time I was working with GW. Like, how could she be so fucking idiotic? Right. I suppose we could do that, but I really don't want to. I really prefer the Dawn Eagles Forge Wood mics. I might also have 15 Dawn Eagles. I've got a lot of those today. Yeah, I really don't want to do that because then you're like totally inverting the shoulder. You'd have to spin that and that. We could do that. That's not so bad. By the time we've got the sword in, we're not super high up. That's okay. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Alright, we like that. We like that one a lot. So, that is on the second one of those. And those two rivets at either side of that power pack. Cool. So we're going to do a big choppy motion. This is fine. It's not quite I Am He-Man style, but it's close. Please tell that story again. I mean, someone's got to redeem a story mode token for that one, man. It's a good story. It's a good story. I can't just be giving away my stories for free. So this was back in the day that GW used to put super glue in little bottles with a brush. Like a cap had a brush on it. Like the like these ones. You can just see in there you got the little brush in the bottle. Saying it like makes you a worker of the night. I mean, you know, it should really get you banned from Twitch. It'll be a day I drove to one of my subscribers' houses and kicked them square in the nuts. Tilts. Well, we didn't stream that. But yeah, GW used to put super glue in little bottles. They were plastic bottles with a brush, like an applicator brush. And this kid who was in the store, and it was one of those kids that we'd frequently just get dropped off by their parents because their parents didn't give a shit and were terrible. And basically used Games Workshop as free childcare. Can I give you Jaeger's address if you go kicking nads? I mean, I only need petrol money as well, dude. Alright, we're not doing this for free. Rochambeau for bragging rights. Yeah, I'll Rochambeau you for it, dude. I'll go first. when you eventually hit the floor, you know, it'll be your go. Right, so if that goes on there, we want this in choppy chop motion. So that ends up kind of there. Which means, so we can use this little marker just in there. Forks, how you doing? Also, I saw your whip posted that you were streaming, so congratulations on streaming. Go you. Defended you earlier today from your childhood bully. Is he still being bullied? Is he still a child? It's a bit bad parenting, so it really grinds my gears. Yeah, I don't think there's any excuse for it. Like, besides which, you've decided to bring that into the world. Fucking take care of it. Shouldn't be tricky, you know? Yeah, slightly back from centre is fine. I think that needs to go like that, though. Place glue. Stay. Glue. Thanks, man. Thought it was about time I got back into it, so glad I did. Massive race, smashed my 300 follower goal, and a donor goal from my love wanted. Sweet. Congrats. Donor goals are a weird thing for me. I've never wanted to do that with a stream. But I get why a load of people do. Cool, so that's fine, that's all in the right place. Let's glue the arm in now. And then we just got one shield to do. And then it is... Oh, wait, let's do this bit too. So it's time to... Hello, Meeps. Yeah. Hey, sweetie. Yeah, then it's time to work on the Achilles. Continues blowing away and then have just small parts of something. Good. Good, I'm glad. Really glad. Anyway, this story, we've kind of gone on a complete tangent. You've had donation goals and certain people who would actually pay like it was a challenge. Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about that. I think that... Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I'm ever going to do that. We had a donation goal for the charity thing, but that's different. That's like, let's try and do what we can for charity. So, for context, the guy was making a scene on a worldwide organised Facebook page when they posted about schools. He was mean to my boy for no reason, so I found a post and griefed the fuck out of him. I was doing that swearing once. Wait, you defended him on Facebook? On Facebook? That, oh my god, welcome to the fucking 21st century where I stood up for my mate on Facebook. Yeah. You're not standing up for your mate unless you're rock bottoming somebody through a table, god damn it. Bro, I'm so disappointed. I thought you were like, listen, leave my buddy Danny alone. You know. Oh, I'm sure you are, dude. I'm sure you are. You sound like someone that's very much a loyal friend, and a good mate, and all those things. But Dear God, Keyboard Warriors Unite. Yeah, that reference you stuck up to your mates, you did it on Facebook. God, how do you even need to stick up for somebody on Facebook? Like, sticks and stones, all that. You know. Trust me, they hurt pretty much. Like, dear oh dear. Dude. Oh God, I had that built up in my head to, yes, you're the man! And it was like, you're half a man! Nothing like backing up a mate with cricket bat to the knees. Oh, I don't know, mate. I don't know. Pocket change in a sock is usually easier. Right, let's get the shield so he's striking out. Cara Elvenblood! Hello! How are you? Welcome! Got a big raid, everybody. Oh my God, Twitch looks massive on that screen. I thought I was following you. How are you? How is your stream? Let's get some love in the chat. That's a big old raid. It's a big old raid. Old School Chris C, cheers for the follow. Who else we got come over? Conspiracy Marine, what up? Hefty raid, indeed hefty raid. Cara, how is your stream? All good, I beat Broadsword in a paint off. No! Oh, congrats, well done. What did you paint? Immersive World Crafter, Stealth Knight Steg, what up? Thank you for the follows, Immersive World Crafter. Conspiracy Marine. Piosto? Piosto. It was totally rigged. Always rigged. Always rigged. Nice one. Can we see it? Have you got some pics you'd like to show? If so, !whip, come and join the Discord and we can look at them later on. We don't want to merit anyway, I'm sure. But congrats. Congrats. What did you paint? What was your winning miniature? Tonight we're not painting. We normally paint, but today it's all about Custodes Dreadnoughts. So right now we're putting together the second arm on the third Galatas that we're assembling. So these are the Forge World Dreds for Custodes that have a sword and shield. So we're leaving the sword and shield off. We're going to paint these in sub-assemblies. We've got a lot of airbrushing to do. So we'll have, especially on here, a really, really nice fade going up the one side. I'll show you what they're going to look like. Here's one we prepared earlier. They both painted squats. Awesome. Like proper old school squats or some new Necromunda ones. So here is one we did previously for this client. Unfortunately, due to various COVID-related reasons, we've not been able to send them out to him yet. But this is what these dreads will eventually look like. Probably without another dude stood on the base, though. So went down to the legs and the whip. I did. Yeah, I did. Old school metal ones. Sweet. Old school hates it. Sorry, Broadsword hates it. It came so much for me to resist. Nice. Love it. So yeah, this is what we're going for by the time they're finished. Relatively straightforward, relatively simple color scheme, but obviously with some nice like finishing touches, and I absolutely adore this sword. This is, I genuinely think, my favourite power sword I've ever painted. Really, really big fan of the way that came out. I'm going to do a tutorial on this over on YouTube soon, using the Galata swords that we've got here. So that's what they're going to look like. We've got 3 of these to do. We've got 1 of the Telemons to do with fists, again, just like that one. But instead of a sword, it's having a modified version of this Giganto spear, which as you can see is enormous. This is Shalaxi Hellbane spear. We're going to trim it just past the hand, shorten it, and then have it in the Telemon's hand, so he's throwing it like a javelin. Probably. It's very thin. It doesn't look quite Telemon proof. But then we've also got 3 of these things to do. The Contemptor Achilles, the Dreadnought, who I'm guessing has got some sort of las cannon based on that. That's cool. So yeah, loads of dreads. Loads of dreads. To the point that they can't leave me for a better painter. Well, they certainly won't, you know. I'm not even painting, so you've come to the right place for that today. You know, no paint on minis. You're safe, totally safe. Shield arm's what we're doing. Old school Chris C, you meanie. Right, so if you've got a sword up, it's this arm, so sword's coming down in a strike. The shield, if we can get the shield sort of half across the chest, then we're in a good place from doing it. Blocking a strike and then returning with one. That's the plan. So let's get some blue tack on these and work out where we need to glue stuff for that to be happening. So shields up, so that'll have to be kind of close to the top. So something like that would be about right, I reckon. And then we're going to need that to be just out from the chest. It's got to be a 90 bend. And then Frozen! Oh my god, he's still alive. Fuck. Have you only just stopped streaming? Dude. Let's get some love in the stream for my boy Chris. Mate, how are you? How was your streamathon? So Chris has just done a 24-hour stream where he painted a Sakaran, I can't remember which variant of it, I never get the names right. But a Space Marine Sakaran, also Forge World, so it's all about Forge World today, clearly. Flash and Dash, what up? Sakaran Punisher, there we go. That's right, it's got the Guard Gatling cannon thing on. Damn, have you can't have just finished. You'd been streaming for 5 hours yesterday at 3, so that was a 10 AM start. So unless you've done 37 hours solid, and I dread to think. Jeez, dude. Jeez. Oh, mate. I hope it's done. I hope you're happy with it. That's all. Flash, we're doing great here, man. I'm doing great. Just a massive raid from Kara Ovenblood. And we are assembling... Right, so here's the problem we've got. So we'd need that to be twisted, and we can't do it. So the arm... Then, if I put my arm in the same spot, shoulder out, it's that. So why can't I can't do that because that's at the wrong angle. I'd need to twist that, and we can't twist that. So that's the angle we're at. Sorry, I'm using myself as a fucking model here. So the problem I've got is that arm will always be there, and the shield will go here. We don't want that. We want the shield there, but we can't chop into it to sort that out. So we can't put the shields up in front of him in like a blocking stance. Frozen, that's good, dude. 10 till 10. I then streamed. Nice. Did you finish the tank in that 24 hours? Abaddon, take care, bro. So what we'll do instead, if we've got to do that, is we could try dropping that angle and have a shield right close in front. How close can we get in front? If we drop that and put that on. Not very. Okay, let's blue tack this onto the shield and see where we can go from there. Could delete in time. No. Alright, that goes on there. Let's blue tack that. These are such a fiddly fucker to put together. But hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. The tank done? Good. Good, I'm glad, dude. Client happy? So Chris has just done this because a client wanted him to do a 24-hour stream, basically. As did the rest of us. And it's about time. Chris has been saying he's going to do it for a while and just, hasn't delivered. Okay, so we could maybe get to there. That looks just about doable. Yep, that's cool. Let's go with that. Just double check that there's nothing we just twisted out of place. There isn't. So we're good. And we need this arm, the middle tine of that, down to that little rivet. Ducks over the moon, jaw drop when you woke up and saw it. Awesome, dude. Awesome. I'm not surprised. It was looking good when I left the stream. I said goodbye and I left you on while I went and had a quick sort of wash and everything before leaving for my girlfriend's. When I came back, you were airbrushing some recesses, from what I remember. So after you've done that, so you've just done a 24-hour stream, and you're now planning to try and follow in my footsteps with the Necronathon, but with a Marinathon. The Pharaonathon, if you don't mind me coining that phrase. Yeah, I think I just named your stream the Pharaonathon. I think it's got to be. I'm glad you enjoyed it though. It gets hard after a while. Like when you start approaching that fucking 4 a.m. wall, that's a rough one. 4 till 6. That's just hard work because you don't want to do anymore. You've packed in. You're just finished. Right. So that bit on there. Yeah. Pharaonathon, I like it. Link you. Cheers for that follow. 4 to 5 a.m. was tough. Chat dead. Yep. Yeah. I don't know about you, mate, but I very much feed off the energy I get from the chat, which is why I try and keep those giveaways going. You know, that's not for you guys. As much as it's for you guys, it's not for you guys. It's for me. Miniature's dead as well. My God, bro. How are you doing, my friend? Big raid. Let's get some hype all up in the stream. I love this guy. He is an epic painter. We raid this guy almost every Sunday because he's always painting something that is... Sorry, Saturday, not Sunday. Terra's Rest, what up? Pretoria Gaming, Dread Fear. You take care, bro. Who else we got? I'm trying to scroll through. Tapanadinarik. How's it going? AK Tangleband. Tanglebane. Varl B Jam. Who else? Matthew and Ador. Nalindy! Hey, sweetheart, how are you? Right, big thanks to the follows for Mistress Torturous. Nice name. Orby Hugh. Aki Tanglebane. Danny, cheers for the host. We've also got Past and Present Gaming. Did I miss anyone? Pretoria Gaming. I think I got you all. Just came out with a 12-hour stream, so I can't scroll like battered, but you all fantastic rest of the day. Hey, man. Thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed your stream. Everyone, if you're not already following this guy, please do. Like, if you are into non-metallic metal style painting, he's definitely someone to keep an eye on. There's a lot of like single character commissions that are on point, really on point. For those of you who just come in, hi, my name's Jay. I run a commission painting company called Mohawk Miniatures. We have a commission to do 7 Custodes Dreadnoughts. JM Raza, cheers for the follow. We're working on 3 Galatas Dreadnoughts at the moment. That's the ones with the sword and the shield, as you can see here. Fat Boy, brilliant. We've also got to do 3 of the Achilles, which I was hoping we'd get around to doing the cleaning on this evening, but we're already running a bit late and we've not even finished these yet. And a Telemon as well. To give you an idea of what they'll look like when they're finished, here is one from the last commission I did for this gentleman. So this is what we'll be looking to replicate across 7 other Dreadnoughts. So, not bad, right? Not bad. A little bit of OSL, loads of nice purple, obviously a really, really banging power sword effect as well. All these things to do. We're going to do a recording of the power sword when we do these for YouTube. So hopefully, within the next 2 to 3 weeks or so, you'll have a video of exactly how to do that on these swords for YouTube. But right now, we're still in the assembly process, and to say it's being an absolute shitbag is not an exaggeration. Definitely not an exaggeration. Right. We're trying to get this guy's shield. So he's going to have his sword like in a striking pose, sort of across here at the top. And with the shield in a fairly like blocking pose, but unfortunately the issue is that this bit of the arm, the outside of the forearm and the outside edge of the bicep are exactly flat to each other. There's no way around that. So all we can really do, instead of bringing his arm up and tilting it this way, which is what I wanted, like a real like block, aggressive block as he's swiping down, we have to do it that way, and so we have to lower the arm. Fortunately, it's quite a meaty shield, and his hand is in the center of it, so it still looks like he's doing a decent block. But I just want to get the pose and the arm right again, so we'll grab that bit of blue tack back out, just to be sure we've got him in the right place. Hype Frozin for my tank, and hype for these dreads. Adios. Hey man, cheers. Thank you very much. And Duck, I hope we'll see you again. I'm looking forward to seeing some of the pics of that tank. I'll have to go and stalk Chris on Instagram for a bit, and I'm sure there's some there. Right, that goes to there, and that is exactly the right spot, which is great. So we are nearly full lock, and we can use that rivet with that gap for the marker. We also need to put this bit in, and we know because it's quite a tight angle, we'll probably get it to about here or so. So we've got a little room for some glue down at the bottom. Smell on that. Put that in place. Doesn't really want to go in place. There you go. You will fit. You will stop being a bitch. So we're going to be going into the whip in probably 5 to 10 minutes. Not much more than that. And I'd love to see what you guys have been working on. So exclamation point whip. There's loads of you in the stream now, so there's plenty of people that might want to show off what they've been working on. 178 people here in the stream. Craziness. So, exclamation point whip. And go and share. Show me what you got. There you go, that's right. Also, in about the same amount of time, we're going to unveil which army won the contest for our giveaway. So for anyone that's in the stream that doesn't know this, there could be a few of you, it is the stream's 2nd birthday on the last weekend of April. And if you use the command !vote now, you will be taken to a straw poll where you can vote on an army for me to paint and then raffle off. So we're going to have a raffle over the weekend, which is that last weekend of April, like I said, where you can win an entire painted army. Painted by me. We're still looking for ideas for colour schemes. That straw poll will be up in time for Tuesday's stream. So don't worry. You'll still get to choose all that. And things like basing scheme and so on. So the first prize, grand prize, is an army that is maybe about sort of Crusade game style size. Kind of friendly, quick game with the mates. Or something along those kind of lines, right? Tyranids are still winning. Currently, Tyranids are ahead by a pretty gargantuan 53 votes. So Sisters need 54 votes in the next 10 minutes, or they're relegated to second place. Now, being in second place isn't necessarily a bad thing for the army, because I gave away a spoiler on Saturday. When we do our birthday stream, we will have kind of stretch goals for our prizes. So the further we get through the amount of tickets sold, the more prizes we will be adding to the giveaway. Once we hit like a certain amount of tickets sold, then we'll open up the next prize. And I'm going to work on some graphics to have that represented on screen. It's going to look cool. Hopefully it's going to look cool. I'm trying to work out the best way of doing it to keep it updating, and I think I know, but but I let slip on Saturday the second place prize. So first place prize, fully painted army. Second place prize is whichever army comes in second, brand new in box. Crooked Grin, I don't blame you, dude. I wrote the Sisters list. I think that's a good list. Rhiannon, yes, I have. We watched the preview on stream yesterday, and I was very sort of perturbed as to why none of the Games Workshop people were calling the Sisters tank exactly what it is, which is a Predator. I mean, it's a Rhino chassis, a turret, two sponsors. Now, admittedly, the Predator, not known for having a front gun as well. So they've kind of Lehman Rust it up a little bit. But it is definitely a Predator. Hang on. Let me try. Predator. Tapadin. Tapanad. I tried it. Tap is okay. Thank you. We're using Gorilla Superglue because it's really good. And we're using a little bit of green stuff as well to just help secure these waist sections, because they have proven to be a complete bastard. So just a tiny little drop of green stuff, a little bit of super glue on the top of that. Not a lot, don't want to dry on it. And then just give it a good wedging and it will stay. Good old wedging. Good old wedging indeed. That's the key element to this. A solid wedging. Right, there we go. So we've got these guys ready to rock. These are in the full sub-assemblies with the exception of these bits. These bits we need to melt this ever so slightly with a hairdryer. So we'll take this, once all of this is dry, blue tack it in place. Then we'll melt this with a hairdryer and keep manipulating the cable until we end up with that just located nicely into these holes. We also need to take the banana sword that we have here. I mean, that is a little bit bent, but is nothing in comparison to the Custodes' most dreaded weapon, the banana spear. Alright, paint that yellow and call it done. Jesus. That's a hell of a banana spear. So we've got all of these to be done. To be fair to Forge World, they tried, right? They really tried. When these dreads are put in their box, if you dodge a wrench, you dodge a banana spear. We're so they could throw the spear and it catch. Hey. Yeah, they packaged the spears wrapped in bubble wrap inside the box that the Achilles came in. So great stuff. I like it, you know. Unfortunately, there was nothing in there to help keep it straight. Whereas a friend of mine, when he bought his, there was a piece of sprue, like just normal everyday plastic sprue in there, with the spear on top of that, just taped down, just like sellotape, scotch tape, I think he said. And then wrapped in bubble wrap. So I could have done with that with these, I think, just to help keep them nice and neat and straight and not banana spear. We have the spear from Wanted, so that you can run up to a corner and like whah, and somebody around the corner was waiting to jump out and get you, get stabbed through the guts with a gigantic dreadnought spear. Yeah, I'm not entirely convinced on that one, but whatever, we'll roll with it. So we've got 3 of these dudes done. 1, 2, 3. That's 3 of the Stooges at least. We've got this guy. He's got a sword which is kind of cutting in from around his head. He's going to swing down with that, and his shield's just kind of pushed back as he's swinging. The guy in the middle there has got his shield forward as he's sort of rushing up this step. Sword out from the side, ready to come in sideways, and this guy chopping down from above. So we tried to put them all in combat stances that don't involve them running, which means they don't look like they're falling, and that are a bit more sort of threatening than I've got a hitty stick, which is not threatening at all. At all. Simhis, I don't like Forge World stuff because I don't like painting resin. But it's basically just that. Like, please, give me as much plastic as you like. Plastic is so easy to paint and you can make it look beautiful very, very easily. It assembles really well and everything's good and we're great. Love it. As soon as you get resin, instead of these beautifully smooth surfaces that you get here, which you'd expect to also get here, you usually don't. Although these aren't bad. That doesn't feel... That feels pretty good, actually. Huh. Maybe we've lucked out on these then. Oh, no. No. On the back, that's some fucking texture. God, that's all of the texture. Like, look at this guy that we've painted, right? And I think he looks banging. I'm really happy with the paint job. Christopher XXX69. I mean, that's a nickname. Thank you for the follow. Yeah, if we take a butcher's at this guy again. Like, look down here. You'll see what looks like a fingerprint. Sergeant Major 22. You just got... Let's zoom and enhance. Yeah, even there. You can see that texture. All over this, you've got that texture. It's not a fingerprint. It's not that. It's just resin. Look right down here. Yeah, see those tiny little lines? That is how you know Games Workshop 3D prints their master molds. So there you go. 3D printing well in hand by the boys and girls at G-Dubs. Right, that's it for today. We're going to go into the whip gallery. So let's see what we've got there. Started off with Sons of Rolo. Simhits, cheers for the follow. The Ungwa. Almost everyone doing in resin 3D prints, the masters, way more efficient, just takes time to clear. Exactly. Kicker462, cheers for the follow. There's absolutely no reason not to these days, and everything is so much better. You get much more detail and everything. Right, hopefully this works. It does work. Cool. This is Sons of Rolo. Last weekend, he took himself on a challenge. I'll show you this out of sequence. To paint an entire Eldar army in 2 days. Now, some of you guys that have been around here before, we need to rejig some of this. Sorry, brand new setup with new monitors today, so we're still getting used to things. So you've been here for a while, know that I tend to do this myself. So this is what he tried to paint in a weekend. Rolo, it's all good, dude. It's all good. The Ungwa, cheers for the follow. This is a pretty damn good attempt. Yeah, when you were talking to me about this during our lesson on Friday, solid. Forks, we only put stuff in the whip that's on during the stream. So if yours is earlier than this, then you'll have to repost it. Back out, cheers for the follow. I think it's a really, really solid attempt. You got all those shining spears down there, lovely white, nice bit of blue, like that a lot. We've got a couple of War Walkers, we've got 3 Wave Serpents, a lot of Wraith Blades, some character jet bikes, some Dreds, some Dire Avengers. This is a really, really, really good attempt. It's not 110 Necrons, but also you've gone white and yellow, which is a lot more involved. Like a lot more involved. So, I think you've done really well, dude. Close up on the Wave Serpent. Yeah, look at that. That looks great. Love this color scheme, mate. Really, really love this color scheme. Anyone's post that we missed? Oh, sorry, dude. Yeah, really sorry about that, actually. That was during the stream. What was your comment? The red cloth, use sanguine highlight, scorn red, and flat red. I think once you've given that a varnish and taken some of the gloss sheen away, that'll look really good. Because the only issue with the gloss being there is that the recesses shine and then they catch the light, and so they don't look like recesses anymore. But that looks really cool. It's kind of a slightly desaturated pinkish red. Oh no, there's a little orange in there as well. Yeah, it's nice. I definitely hit that with a matte varnish though. And because of the amount of orcs you've got, I'd probably like just skimp on it a little bit and go with some Vallejo matte varnish through the airbrush and just blast them all. Wait, you don't have an airbrush, do you? Do you? I can't remember. If not, buy an airbrush. If you do, great. Because by the time you finish all this, like you'll end up with like 130, 150 models to do. This is super clear, flat. I've never heard of it. If you can get it, testers. In that case, then, mate. Definitely testers. Right, here's the jet bikes for the characters. Very clean. And then this last one you said was heads. Oh shit, this is all the extra bits. Oh man. So that's all the riders for the Shining Spears. We've got a load of heads for something. Dire Avengers. A load of heads for Dire Avengers. All the little bits that sit on the Wave Serpents. The riders for the thingy-bobs. War Walkers. Maybe. Yes. Although one of them looks like he's got a rider. Oh, they got riders built, but no heads. So that could be some heads there. Dude. Yeah, so you did a lot. You did a lot. You were fucking selling yourself short on Friday's lesson. No, mate. Credit where it's due. You did a lot of fucking work. Marble effect on the floors there as well. Don't give me like, oh, I didn't really finish. You know, I just sort of chilled out. You might have, and you might have finished if you, like, were a bit more on task. But you've done a lot of work, bro. It's a rattle can, Mr. Code Japanese. Okay. Just finished a 40-hour project, Leprechaun Tau Army for a friend born on St. Patrick's Day. Nice. Nice, Prince Knucklehead. Give us a pick in the whip. He's definitely so tidy. I like the fact that all the paints are like regimented for that box to go on top of as well. That like ticks an OCD box for me. I think I had time to catch up on Patreon Whip, so unsure if glazed that fist too much. I haven't had a chance to catch up on Patreon Whip, unfortunately, no. That's not glazed too much. That's not glazed enough. So your base coat is obviously the darker blue. You're building in the lighter blues. You have still got a very clear and defined, like, here's my shadow. Definitely need to blend that out more. So thin that glaze, get it down to the consistency of water, put a smallest amount in your paintbrush possible, move from the point of least impact to most impact, so from the inside to the outside. So here's his fist, the shadow is here, go from here outwards, and then from here outwards. And all you need to do is make sure the model has like a hint of wet on it, dry it down, hairdryer quick, and then do it again and again and again and again. And keep doing that until you fade that out. And so you end up with like a much thinner shadow point underneath his, like the knuckles here. So this bit is thinner, but then it fades gradually into that brighter blue. The value you've got on the blue up here on the thumb and right up here is about right. It's a good solid blue. Plenty of like pop to it, yeah? But you go from shadow to bright blue and shadow to a little bit less, admittedly, but bright blue. So just fade those in a little bit more. It'll also stop it from having, admittedly, I know I keep saying you need to add contrast to minis, but it'll stop it from having like too big a jump in contrast too fast. So, you know. But, good start, mate. Keep going. What I strongly suggest you do is when you've done what you feel is your glazing on that, get the edge highlights done, especially the one that goes across here. Work in most of the way across. Make sure there's a gap in the middle and really keep those thin, because that'll tell you if you've got your blend right as well. Egregious. Cheers for the follow. Welcome. Right, Santi. I've seen this briefly in the Patreon whip. I did flick through it earlier on. Just didn't have time to comment. Had quite the weekend. Happy with the progress. Not quite sold with the effects / shadows on the vest. Maybe I should have went for adding purple to the base, yellowish blue. Purple to the base, yellowish base instead of dark blue. Yes. Or orange. Green armpits looks a bit like you might need some right guard. Purple works, but it's got to be the right purple. You need to aim more to magenta than like a violet. Or go orange. What, I go for a velour style cloth? Fuck, okay. So that's all about. It's velour is a little like satin, but less of a like a step change between your shadows and your highlights. You need, I think, to sell it fully, you'd need more creases. But it looks like there is one just across the top of his chest, sort of down that kind of line, and you could get it into there a little bit as well. Find that with the yellow, getting straight as a green from the dark undercoat showing through. Gumbalina, use something like we did in the hand paint yellow video. So over on YouTube, actually put YouTube, go and watch that. Bogren Brown, yeah, great color from P3. It's a phenomenal base coat for yellow. You can use Tau Ochre if you've only got GW paints around you. There's another Games Workshop one. I want to say it's like XV8T8 or something that's a similar color. But basically, get that in ochre. It will stick over the black a lot better. It will allow yellow to transition over it. The downside to using an ochre is the ochre looks desaturated by the time you've built up a bright and vibrant yellow, which means you then glaze some like oranges into your recesses and it warms it back up. And if you guys aren't sure what I'm talking about, this is the mini I did for the video on how to paint yellow on YouTube. And as you can see, or will be able to once it's in focus, as you can see, that yellow pops. That is a yellow. That is a pretty goddamn bright, very powerful yellow. We're going to finish this guy off probably Tuesday night. Big fan. I like the way he's turned out. And yellow, secretly easy. The other version of yellow we did with a brush, this guy's head. Yeah. Can't tell me that doesn't jump out at you. So, yellow easy. Secret weapon is using that that Bogren Brown, that ochre. Black Warhorse, cheers for the fire. It does look quite well under natural lighting though. It does, but I think the majority of the reason that works quite well is because his right arm, holding the helmet, is in so much shadow that the green definitely is much darker and can't really see it as green. It's a tricky one, mate. It is a tricky one. I don't really know what to advise. I probably would have gone with purple or pink, magenta, something along those sorts of lines. To me, whenever you get green alongside yellow, especially in recesses, it just looks like you've put it over a black undercoat and you haven't done your due diligence with it and treated it right. And that's why it's green, not that you've done it on purpose. So you either need to find a way of accentuating the green, very difficult to do, or you've got to go over it a different colour. Nice, Prince Knucklehead. Looking forward to it. We'll get there. Chimo, back to working on Flappy Squig. Darken some shadows to make the flames more prominent. Love this. Absolutely love this. Mate, well done. Let's go big. God, that looks beautiful on this new monitor. So beautiful. Look at these cool little flames. You got this mad lad in the middle. I love it, mate. So much personality. So cartoony. Awesome. Fucking awesome. Those little shadows really, really helped, bro. It really helped. Right, Toonie Sprues. Yeah, let's fucking hit that with one. Oh, yeah, a little bit of work done today. Well, you've done a little bit of work. And you're also painting resin, so that's a lot of work. It was cool. I mean, he's a bit of a mess because of the resin. It's difficult to get the crisp details, and you've done a good job of, you know, getting the detail to stand out. Obviously, still whip, still plenty to do. But it's a damn good start. Those purity seals definitely need to be hit up with some highlights. God, what a horrible, clunky storm bolter he's got attached to that arm. That's enormous. Looks like something from fucking Angry Birds bolted on his bloody arm. I don't even know what Baby Shark is, mate. I know it's a song, and it's a child thing, but I have no idea what it is other than that. Is it a cartoon? Yeah, looks good, dude. Glad to see you got a bit more work done on this thing, and you're closer to finishing the god-awful project. It's a fucking Thunderfire cannon. That's the Grey Knight's bolter. Christ, is it really? It looks enormous on this guy. Oh, jeez, it is. Is he just extra small? Nice job on the fist logo. The hard part's always the tucked in thumb. Yeah. Okay. Yo, James, how you doing, bro? What is up, my nerdizzle? I think at that point you are lost to us. It's enormous on Grey Knights in power armor too. That is true. That is true. Yeah, nice, dude. Very nice. Right, Lee, Lethal Stars. Airbrush the Aggressor with the Infinity CL that the wife got me, and I like it, but still love my Iwata as well. So using Infinity for final highlights and get better precision at the moment. Good, well, I'm glad it's useful, mate. Glad it's useful. Yeah, looking tight, man. Lee is doing a Blood Angels army, following the tutorials that I did for the Blood Angels army. I just finished commissioning. No, I was commissioned. Whatever. I painted it. Someone paid me. You can work it out. But he's following the tutorials that we did over on YouTube and Patreon for that. This guy's looking tight, dude. I really like Aggressors. Gravis armor looks sick. I may have been drinking. We're all in it together, bro. Nice. Yes, look at those shadows. My only, not even criticism, but anything I'd avoid is when you are doing the feet, especially, you're going right across, outside, all the way through to the inside. Cheers, SJ. Oh, it bounced out! Didn't go in the whiskey jar. Yeah, I wouldn't go all the way across. Like I think there's a lot of shadow, especially on the fat boys like these, in that inside area. And so I would leave those in shadow, but then get your edged highlight to go across and then get into the shadow area. Not all the way, but just enough so that you get that maximum contrast. The brightest highlight against the darkest part of your armor really helps to sort of bring out the shape and a bit more excitement with it. This year, years since I left the house, except to walk the dog. Deserves a beverage or two. Yes, mate. Yeah. I mean, sucks to be you, bro, where you've got to literally have to stay indoors. Here you go, exactly like this. Look at those super, super cool highlights down there on the feet. You've got a darker area around that like ankle protector with that bright highlight in there. These look great. Really, really good. Team Spruce, take care, man. Have a good one. Yeah, I like it, bro. Cakefist, probably going to change the colours on the lady. Tried to use shade to make her look dirty, but nah. She needs a repaint. Okay. I don't really know what I'm looking at, other than the fact this is some kind of dark elf thing. If you matte varnish her down and then work on the highlights up, will that work, do you reckon? Because that shiny thing is very, very shiny. Very, very shiny. Admittedly, snack, so some shine. But, you know. Yeah, you can give me all of the Age of Sigmar names if you like, and I will probably never remember them. I'm really sorry about that. I do try. couldn't remember if this was like real dark elves or witch elves. Witch elves and I thought was a cane. This is an interesting mini though, overall. Like that's a lot of crazy shit on that. Have fun with it though, right? I mean... Hicko! Oh, congratulations, bro! Dude, well done! Bot Lady says...
Hey, just win my second painting competition at my local hobby shop. Just want to thank you for the tips and help, bro.
Mate, my pleasure. And look, while I'm giving you a little bit of a nudge in the right direction every now and again, it's you holding the brush. Alright, you deserve this. You put really hard on these guys. Congratulations. Absolute superstar. Absolute superstar. Well done. Cakefist, keep us up to date, man. Like, you could possibly just like highlight up from here and it would be like an interesting texture. Would a brown wood color look better instead of metal, though? For which? The steps or the outside? Let's get the big shot. God, that's huge on the screen. It's gonna take me a while to get used to this. I don't know. I think that looks like it's made of metal. Just the little bit is like pitting in it. That looks like it's been cast. So I'd probably go metal. But I think what you could do, and this is kind of a true metallic metal finish to it, would be to take some black and then turn the black into a glaze. And then glaze out some of those panels so you end up with, you know how Dark Eldar vehicles like the Raider and so on frequently get highlighted, where you have those panels that go all around the sides, and then you get like an airbrush highlight up and around it like so. So it's like a darker area in the middle, and then it fades up into those brighter highlights. If you take some black and then you glaze into some of these areas, so you're glazing from the outside into the middle now, so you end up with like a nice like chrome or steel highlight around it, I think that would work. But you need to really, really, really thin it out. It has to be a glaze, not a wash. Otherwise you'll stain it and it'll look too much of a sharp snap from one thing to the other. So definitely don't do that. But get a glaze, get on there nice and gentle with it, and you'll be absolutely fine. But I think definitely metal, because a lot of metal all around. You've got the kind of Atlas looking dude in the middle there, and then you've got these big old spikes. You could do wood for the wheels, but it looks like they've got a metal outside, but build the metal outside around a wooden core and then have metal spokes. I don't know about rust, but like you could maybe get a few little bits of blood or something on there, but really keep that to a very, very minimum. Right, Gamma, love the look of this. Trying to complete some of the minis I have now. Weapons, engines, and underside. SJ! Oh, dude, let's see if it goes in a jar. Let's see. No! Too strong! Too strong. Let's see. Weapons, engine, underside left on the plane. Raiden needs a few blades added and crew. Witches have some basing done, but a little left to add via more powders and leaf scatter. Okay. Love this. Love this. Look at that. Look at that. Just fantastic, dude. I'm going to be a dick. And I shouldn't be smiling when I say I'm going to be a dick. It makes it look like I enjoy it. You need to go over some of that with another pass. Some of this might be the photo just picking it up a little bit too much. but especially around that middle section, like each way next to where I've right clicked, all right. Those are a bit watercolor, see-through. Okay? Just blend that in a little bit more. The rest of them look pretty good, and you could do the highlight on a few more. Cake Fisk for 9 months. New badge day for you. Oh, it's a big mess in the jar now. Nice, dude. Thank you very much. But yeah, I think some of these need another pass because that yellow's just peeking through. And the gem just here needs some tidy up. Sup, baby, mate. Sup, baby. But I really like it. Really, really like it. Which is surprising because my ex-wife had a tattoo of almost exactly this on her back, and like, you think, look at this. Bit more there at the front, dude. Love it. You should do the inverse with white on the sails. So do white with yellow flowers, perhaps. It's okay to enjoy the... Yeah, for sure, man. But yeah, you could do that on the sail for definite. Or you could do white with black flowers. That would work too. I love it though, dude. Well done. And then clearly, you've got some micro versions of that to do on these guys as well. So, get on it. It's 2 different squads? I think I remember you saying you were going to do different colour armour per squad. And this chick at the back, did she borrow somebody from the other squad's boot? You know? She's like, fuck, I can't find my other shoe. Yeah, Brenda's not looking, I'm going to steal hers. Poor Brenda's out there running around with barefoot on one foot. Nice though, dude. Looking good. Looking good. Right, Kevin, Immersive World Crafter. Holy shit, fuck. Okay, we're going to skip through some of these because we try and keep it to 3 or less picks, but you're new and you probably didn't know that. He's trying again. He's trying again. Oh! Rim shot. You got it. You got it. Well done, dude. You finally made it. Thank you. Right, so Immersive World Crafter, I mean, username checks out is the first thing to say here. That is a lot of tiles on the base of this thing. That's a lot of ceiling tiles, dude. That's a hell of a piece of scenery, though, isn't it? I'm guessing some sort of orc base from like the kind of shanty hut roof that we've got going on. And then like this bridge and so on in the bottom part of it. Also, big fan of this old kit you've used on the bottom left. Really, really like those buildings. Oh my god, you've got actual rubbish bags. You've got literal trash. That is amazing. That is absolutely amazing. Nice. Nice. Love the amount of texture you've got here. I really like the sort of ladder that you've built into the tree. It's like stakes stabbed into it. Necromunda Corridor House Gang Base. Okay, needs more torches. They like their fire. Cute. Very cute. Yeah, solid job, bro. Yeah, bit of work on the details. Yeah, overall, mate, I like it. Like, for scenery, that's some good stuff. What's the deal with the statue? What have you done to his head? I'm trying to work out if that's like a sack over it or something else. But the little bit of cloth you've got on the pallet, that is dope. That is really good. Can you talk to me about that? What is it? What have you done? Because that looks super good. God, I don't even know what it is. It looks like you've scratched like some acrylic, like some thin acrylic. So the pallet here, you've got a wooden pallet with something over the top of it. What have you done to give that effect? It looks like you've got something that's like an acrylic or something that's clearly see-through. Scratched it and then dyed it? I don't know. Greaseproof paper? Could be. I've never seen greaseproof that thin, but yeah, maybe. Yeah, let us know in the chat what you've done with this. Plastic inner part of a monitor I took apart. It's been scrunched up, singed with fire and ink wash. Well, it just so happens that I've got a monitor that I've just had the fucking bin. Hiko, mate, you are a legend. Congratulations on your second win now. But there you go. Now we know. Right, Tim, not the best looking models and not the best photo, but they are ready for the tabletop. They look okay, dude. Like, it is what it is. You've done a quicker job on them, I think, than you did in your Death Watch. And you need to give them guys another rim job. They're crying out for it. But they look okay. You know, is tabletop ready? Is it going to win Golden Demon? No. But most stuff that you put on the table for an army isn't in that boat. So don't worry. Don't worry at all. Solid job, dude. Second shot. A little bit closer, a little bit more detail. Skin tones aren't bad, mate. I know you were asking for a flesh tutorial the other day, but these look okay. We will get that one up on YouTube soon. I think you've got a bit mad with the introduction into the basing. I would definitely dial that back. If this is powders, then you can brush off some of that. Gnobgnar. Gobgnar. Cheers for the host, thank you. I think you've gone maybe a bit too far with it. We use a lot of pigments here, and that's literally part of my basing. I do not dry brush anything at all, and that includes bases. We use pigments instead. But I think these guys look like they've been wading through it up to the waist. I'd maybe just bring that back a touch. Some of that will be the photo making it look a little bit more than it is. So don't worry too much, but you've gone heavy with it. Forks. Progress on my Dreadnought legs. Tried rust for the first time. Can't wait to do the rest. So, I saw this earlier on. The rust looks good. Like streaking, like nasty shit, basically. Looks good. But it doesn't look like rust. So, if you... The best way to do rust is to go for a walk. If you've got any kind of industrial area near where you live, go and wander around there and you'll see a load of shit covered in rust. Me and my other half, we go walking all the time because it's a good way to get some exercise. It's not the best way to get some exercise, but it's a good way to get some exercise. And I'm forever sort of stopping and like looking at stuff or taking photos of stuff to use as source material. And if you like, we walked past a building that had been demolished about a week and a half ago, and there's a load of like rusted like girders and support beams and all that shit, just in a big pile. And I spent a minute or two just looking at them and like looking at the different colours that come out of rust, like different patterns that you get on the surface of something that's got rust on it. And there's... What the fuck? I don't want my fucking monitor to turn off. Don't you dare. Oh, we've got to fucking work out how to stop that from happening. Absolutely not. Tore my wrist ligaments this week doing exercise. I stand by exercise is bad for you. Was it some vigorous one-handed exercise you were doing? Pamela Henderson. What was the other one? Angelina Jolie. Yeah, so what you've got here looks like just streaking nasty crap. Yeah? Rather than rust. Rust has normally got a texture to it, and stippling will help to bring that out. But yeah, just if you can't go out, if there's nothing like that near you, have a quick look online. Just look up some pictures of rust and so on. Eco settings, power off after exercise, turn that on. It's weird how it happened on this one and not on this one, and they've been on for literally exactly the same amount of time. So we'll definitely find a way of like getting rid of that. Tim, you work at Steelyard. There we go. Master Rust is Solvents on Instagram. Yeah, he's pretty good. I've got a good rust technique. I call it the shitty rust technique because it looks like shitty rust, but it is a solid and quick rust technique. Overall, though, I really like what you've done. The little bits of battle damage you got in those little scratches, really good. Big fan of that. Breaks up large areas very easily. Your free hand of a heart is the only thing that I've got to say on this that's a little bit negative. One of your lines, the bottom right line, is a little bit too fat. Just go in there with either the purple or the darker kind of teal colour and just paint the inside or the outside of that to thin that line out a little bit. Otherwise, top stuff. Right, Knucklehead. This is a finished project for my friend's birthday, Tile Leprechauns. Okay, so to be fair, I was expecting like more along the leprechaun side of things, but what I got, I'm not disappointed with at all. Like at all. That could work for the government. Suddenly explains a lot about the government, the way he's talking. You could be Boris's speechwriter. Now this one's done it. There we go. The pot of gold is pure fucking genius. Pure genius. So, nice. Love it. Love it. I like how you got shield drones as well. Because clearly you need the shield drones to stop them getting at you, Lucky Charms. Jack of Alts, all my whips and my desk of shame. Desk of shame. Get those knights on deck. What is that? Okay, so orc stuff, riding things, we're so over that right now. These are cool. These are cool. Not seen that done before. Interesting work, mate. I think I like the Helvrin one more than the Warglaive one. But they're both cool. Prince, no worries, bro. Credit where it's due, man. Credit where it's due. Yeah, that's cool. They look definitely Space Wolfy, that's for sure. I like it. I've seen some like centaur styled big knights, Custodes knights, and they look awesome. But I've never seen something like that with a Helver in. I think that's a very, very good and original thing. Lord Enders, some potential sergeants. How much we got left in the whip? We're going to have to start cutting this short because it is late AF. I am tired. Not long. Okay, nice. We've got Primaris armor, Mark III heads and shoulders. Like old, well, maybe not Mark III shoulders, but certainly old school shoulders. I like him. He's cool. Yeah, looks like he's gone on the backswing. Yeah, it's cool. And then, hey, Power Fist ahoy. That's a really good Power Fist. Where's that one from? Where's the open Power Fist from? Anyone know? Oh, I'm guessing Lord Enders knows. That one looks cool. Firstly, he's got the appropriate and correct haircut for a Space Marine. The haircut of the Apocalypse. The one true haircut. The Assault Intercessor Sprue. Okay, Scrabble, I thought Chaos as well. That's why I was asking for it. Nice. Assault Intercessors. Open Power Fist. Fucking brilliant. Need to buy some Assault Intercessors just for that. Nice. James says just about finished. Nice, Hawk boys. Gordon's alive. Looking good, dude. Like the colours, purple and orange. Stand out a lot. Good little bases. That's got to beat the fucking plastic rod of Shane jammed up there. What's it? Yeah, I like those. I've never seen them from the back. I've only ever seen the pics on the GW website. They're interesting looking jetpacks. I like them. Also, I see in the background these in an unfinished state. These were absolutely the best demonettes. Absolutely the best demonettes GW ever did. Juan Diaz, brilliant sculptor. These to me completely characterize what demonettes are meant to look like. They've kind of got that lithe, somewhat alluring sort of pose to them without being like overly sexual. I think they're brilliant minis. Really, really brilliant minis. They're right fucking to get hold of these days though, because they're a collector's item now. 150? Nice. Nice. They're really good kits for preparing sergeant weapons. Every 10 assault intercessors have 2 of each sergeant weapon. Yeah, that makes sense. Nivius, got some more work done on the jet bike. Still need the sword, hair, and some cleanup. Also, super happy to skin on my fire drain, but what you get is an armor whip. Yep. Have you gone back and done a little bit more to that jet bike caroling, the front part? I remember talking to you about it. The that little bit right here next to that copy image. I felt just needed a little bit of glazing back out. Yeah, and done all the purple. Nice. Oh yes, of course. Yeah. I like it. I think you probably just need to go a little bit further, a little bit of white at the front. It's only because you've got some brushstrokes there that are a little scratchy on the left side of it. So either take some white and sort of bridge that tiny gap that's between those two lines. It's a very small gap. And just sort of feather around that corner a bit more, or just take it out entirely. It's a tough one though. Looks good though, love the purple. Though, having said that, you're not going to like this. I think you probably need to redo the power sword. Because the power sword you've got there, especially right down at the hilt, is still way brighter than almost all of the purple on the bike. And I think you'd be better off going down to the dark colours that you've got on the weird flappy bits next to the tail end of the jet bike. Brilliant. Yeah, I do like it, mate. You're doing some fucking great work here. That picture showcases the sword a little bit better, but it's still very bright in comparison to everything else. Well, I suppose less so the icons down the middle, but you're right though. The other side is better. In fact, if you look at the two, you can definitely see my issue with this side a little bit more. Right there, you know that's at odds with the other side, so you need to glaze that out. It'll take you 10 minutes, if that. So, you know, get on it. Fire Dragon. Okay, and you're doing the hair red for these? But the glow on the gun is blue, right? It looks good. It looks a little rough. From what I've seen of you, it doesn't look as smooth as some of the other stuff that you've done. Looking at the foreleg, looking at the thigh plate on the back leg, it doesn't look as smooth as your other work. I know this is a character and therefore more effort, but I've seen some of your Dire Avengers and that doesn't look as tight either. So, James, good solid work here, mate. You've got a myriad of colours. It's like through all layers. Right, there we go then. Yeah, good work. Hi to your missus. Right, Crazy Yanked. Oh, dude. Oh, it's sculpted. Fuck. I was like, damn, man, that's crisp. Now I know why. Fuck's sake. That's cute. Like, it's like hieroglyphs for vampire and man with snake tongue. Nah, fuck that. Yeah, for sure. Oh, that's cool. I think you need a little bit more contrast going on across the scroll, though. Like, it's very one color all the way across. Like, get in the middle and give it a little bit of some glazes and just sort of help it out a bit. Right now, the whole thing has got the same value across it. Now, having said that, I don't know where this sits on the model, so it might have more or less light depending on where it goes there. So you kind of have to maybe help me out a little bit with that. But I think it needs a little bit of variation in its tone. It's very flat, which is unlike everything else. Like, look at this guy from the side, definitely not flat. Yeah, all the work you've done on the cape, let's just say kilt. You know, all the work you've done on the bone, like main body of it, definitely not flat. It's not in focus. He holds it towards the middle of the base. Okay. Gamblina, we have no context for that, so I'm just going to assume that you've decided that Facebook is the best place to vent your frustration. Much like Jaeger. See, look at this. Definitely not flat. Look at that banner. Super not flat. Gonna do something to give it texture. Good. Good. It needs it. And you've got those little bits of like damage at the top, the tears and stuff. You see the top of there, the bottom of there, there's a little tear. Just get in there and sort them out. Right, Hiko, here it is before the contest. Okay. I was expecting more Ultramarines from you, dude. But nice work on the base. Good old ballpoint pen and cap. Love that. Very textured. So that looks like rust. Yeah, look at the amount of texture that is on that thing. That looks like it is rusted to fuck. Nice work. Light the eye. I actually don't even mind the use of that horrible Nurgle goop for the slime on this. This is the first time I've ever seen it. And it's not made me go, oh god, why have you used that? But I think it's because it's in very small pools. And it blends in with the sort of mank face that this thing's got. Yeah, good work, dude. I think some of your use of what's that fucking blue shit? The blue weathering crap that Games Workshop make. Nylak oxide, that's it. Nylak oxide is one of the worst things. You shouldn't ever use that on a mini. Ever. Because almost no verdigris is actually that colour. And it's got the weirdest like consistency. There's a texture to it. 'Cause if you dip your brush in it for long enough, you end up with this like sandy deposit on your brush, which is fucking awful. And then when you put it on, if you don't have that, you get something that's too thin, and it does not work. So just make your own. Take some, God, I don't even know what the Games Workshop colour for it is, but find some sort of turquoise colour and some bright bone, and then paint that on. Mix it up yourself and paint it on, because not only can you do that, you can add more bone, highlight it, and give it another go, and it then looks real. I use things like Emerald from P3 and Sickly Skin from P3. You could use some of the Calabite, whatever the Dark Eldar people are called. Cabalite. There you go, Cabalite green. That'll do. Temple Guard blue and water. No, you need to highlight up. So you need to go with a Sickly Skin, Rakarth Flesh, whatever their bright bone colour is. I don't know. I use Mouth White because it's better. But that's what I would do, because that way you can get a bit more dimension to it. And cheers for that. That's very nice. Right, and at that point we finished the whip. What a note to end on. Thought you went over the oxide. Yeah, talk about the blue. Anyway, 2 picks of my solder and white metal at 2 minutes. What? 2 millimeters to the foot. It's in a general section. It was a while ago. That shirt. What do you think? Fuck it, we're here. Right. Fucking hell, that looks fiddly. Bugger that for a game of toy soldiers, mate. I'm assuming this is for some kind of... I'm not showing it on screen, sorry. This is some kind of Flames of War terrain or something like that. Don't know, but soldering that, like, fair play. That's probably the best way to do it, though. It's also seen it on bronze metal as oxidized black. That's the verdigris running down. Yeah, you tend to get a lot like deeper greens in that as well, rather than this weird ass blue. So I don't like it that the tone isn't ever completely right. And it's just... it's model railway, really. Oh, okay. Yeah, makes sense. Sorry, I just immediately went war game. Don't know why. Right, that's it. It is 12:15. We've had a longer stream than usual today. So we have put together 3 Custodes Dreadnoughts. We've just got some work to do with the sword to straighten them out. And they are done. We're ready to move on to the Achilles and the Telemon tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going to be filming a video coming up to YouTube or Patreon soon about how to take resin bases but really make your own thing out of them. What's the link for the Custodes Dreds? There isn't one. I'm not sure what you're asking. Apologies. It's been a long day and I am very tired. There's no link. Right, before we go, this is super important. Let's refresh this page. So, with a total of 529 votes cast in this poll, on the stream birthday, we are giving away, or raffling off to be completely correct, a Tyranny Battalion made up of a Neurithrope, Old One Eye, 9 Warriors, some Forge World Rippers, some Zoanthropes, and a Carnifex. We're going to paint that over the course of our stream birthday weekend, which is the last weekend of April 24th and 25th. We'll sell raffle tickets, and that is the first place prize, fully painted Tyranid Army. The second place prize is the Sisters of Battle list, unpainted, brand new inbox. So far, and there's more. So far, we're giving away 2 armies on that weekend. Not bad. Put a date in your diary, guys. 24th and 25th of April. Give us a follow. Especially put social. Come and follow on all the social medias so you've seen updates about it. You can get involved in all the other polls for what colour scheme we're going to paint our Tyranids in. What basing style we're going to do for our Tyranids. What loadouts we're going to do on things like Warriors and so on. So all these things to do. But now, let's go find someone on Twitch and go and give them a raid. See who's streaming. Wow, not many people online from my friends list today. And one of them is clearly in fucking emergency overtime at this point. Tell you what, we are going to go to browse and search for minifigures and see who's on here, because Studio J7 is going to finish, like, it should have finished by now. 2 Dots 1 Brush we raided the other day, so don't really go back straight away. Got a lot of people doing various chatting. Some lasses building Lego, cool. Can you do anything that jumps out at me? Not really. This person's painting what looks like maybe a Space Marine. No, in fact, I've got absolutely no idea what that is. This looks like could be fun. The Galatas Dreads you're building. These are Galatas Dreads. Yeah, we've got Achilles Dreads as well, though, so we've got those to do as well. This is 3 people streaming. More Than Dice podcast. And it looks like some Lord of the Rings thing. Oh, crack. It looks like Beast. Let's see what else is there, because that's Lord of the Rings. There's almost nobody on. This is crazy. Oh, here we go. Someone's painting Tau. That'll do. Right. Scrub Angel Hobbies is where we're going. This guy has 3 viewers right now. Let's go and raid with all of you and make them weed themselves, basically. So when we get there, spam emotes, all of the emotes, say hi, and I will see you guys on tomorrow's Hellstorm stream at 6 PM UK time. Failing that, we'll be back here on Tuesday night. We'll be working on our Orc car and possibly on Right Corner of the Green. Nice. Take care, guys. See you soon.